Hello.
What's going on?
That's this New England.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hold on, I'm not used to this. Here we go.
Facebook and then Awesome Talk. We share it.
We there?
Are we?
I'm here.
I'm not.
I don't see anything.
Where is
It's
there?
there. It's there.
There's a black screen. I'm looking. Oh, there
There we
it
go.
is.
We're
We are.
Hold on, I'm just checking something.
I did pretty good with the lighting. Maybe I
My
should
voice
brighten
is
it up
so
a little.
annoying.
Where's that coming from?
My laugh is
It's one of their
atrocious.
phones, I think.
Matt, say hello to everybody. So
Hello.
they're not just sitting there looking weird.
Welcome to Awesome Talk. Rick is
Our new
fixing
host,
levels.
Matt.
Just give me a second here.
Welcome to our new
I
host.
just got the job about
Yay, Matt.
Promoted.
2 seconds.
2 seconds ago. About 2 seconds ago.
Things are looking pretty good so far, Matt.
It's good, right? Screw Rick, right?
Promoted instantly.
Screw Rick. Rick, we don't need you. All right.
Off with you.
Off with
Off
you.
with you.
Away with you.
Rick's wrestling with the soundboard right now.
He's really wrestling with
I
it.
think
It's
we're
quiet.
gonna
Like
tuck
you
in
can't
here
hear
once
It's
it.
very quiet
There's
wrestling.
wires
I
flailing
don't like
around.
that 'cause
Gets in here.
There's sparks.
Get real
There's all
cozy
kinds of
today.
stuff happening.
All right.
like I
think
said
that's-
before, I'm fluffy. I'm smushable.
It's good.
Smushable.
Like,
I
get
mean,
in there.
Good, we're live. Okay, we're
I know,
here.
I'm, see, it's pleasure.
All right,
Alright, so
let me in,
now
folks.
I'm fired.
Demoted.
Just like that, man.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Solid gold.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Awesome Talk season where the fuck am I? Season 11, episode 4 on April 30th, 2019. Tonight, we don't have Matt because he's sick, so I'm kind of running back and forth and running the
This
board.
Matt.
And this Matt is here, and there's other people here, so hopefully we'll get some other camera angles going on. So far, the chat's already got, hey, Jack Kelnhofer's in the chat. What's up, dude?
Hey, Jack
Claire is in the
Kelnhofer.
chat. My mom is in the chat. Hey, Mom, what's up? Stones, I need you here. We need you here, Stones. Jennifer, Callan's in it. What's up, Jennifer? How's it going, man? Holy shit, I didn't even share this to my fucking page, and I'm going to do it
My
right the fuck
God,
now,
man.
I'm just
Well, it's time to shut it down.
He's
Time to shut
fired,
it down.
I'm back.
We're going to
It's
start
all
all over
over.
again. Hold on, let me just type this. We are live. Okay, that's good enough, good enough. Okay, here we are. See, look at this fucking thing. This fucking stuff, it just opens. It has to open. Yeah, I got it.
oh, Rick Carr's in the room.
Holy shit. Oh my God. Steve Gates is in the room. What's up? John Walsh is in the room. How's it going, man? I'm back again for the show. I dig it. Good to see you, dude. Alan is a regular in this shit. Alien is a regular. I thought he said Alan. I was like, oh my fucking God. Somebody else is here.
Oh, no,
Holy.
not for this shit. He said for this shit show.
Well, it's a shit show. It's definitely for this
We miss you,
shit
Matt. We
show.
love you.
Yeah, man. Where the hell are you, dude?
Feel better.
It's a little rough start.
Good,
I
Rick.
just
Good, Rick.
quote people
All
and
right,
have
so-
us look better
So-
than
You want to go
reality.
down to where the live feed
We
is?
have an absolutely awesome fucking show for you tonight, man. We are.
Touch it, and then you can share it and write a post.
Oh, hi, Nick.
We got
Hi,
it.
Nick.
We're good,
Share.
dude. This is the most chaotic start to a show this season so far, man.
You can just say,
Oh man, Nick. Hi, Nick. You guys just said that. Hey, I see Felicia in the chat. I see Felicia right here. Holy shit! Everybody, just keep sharing this. Just share it all over. It doesn't matter.
I'm sharing it with you right now.
Oh well, thank you very
I don't
much.
even hear it
No,
happening.
I'm
What are
going
you
to
hearing?
tag someone.
Who in the fuck texted me?
Yeah.
Okay, so listen, so this is a rocky start because we're missing a sound guy, but we're here and we're good and we're ready to go. So we have a great show for you here tonight. We have some epic guests in the room tonight. Joining us once again this season, Rob Marchi is back in the chat. Back in the chat, back at the bar.
In the chat room.
What the fuck?
Hit me up.
It says 1997, 1997.
God,
And
yeah.
Jersey. On the
Dude,
dial-up.
I used to torture people in 90s chat rooms. I used to go into gardening chat rooms and I would say all sorts of really fucked up things to people about their tomatoes.
The
and
original
that
troll,
shit.
right?
Yeah, the original troll.
OG troll.
Also, tonight,
Oh!
Sister Alexis is back in the chat. Stones, what's up, buddy? Sister Alexis is back in the bar. I said in the chat again. Yeah, she's like a nut. Also, back on the show for this episode, DJ Alien has returned to the show. Welcome.
What's up?
And my wonderful friend, who I've known forever, this is her first time on the show, activist and poet from Asbury Park, Felicia Simmons is in the chat. And she brought local favorite Cy with her. So Cy's in the chat. What's up? It's a local favorite. Local favorite. Oh my god. Oh my god.
People don't like him though. People don't like him.
People don't like it.
I don't know about the local favorite.
Just amongst the locals. Now I like him.
So before we get started, let's do a classic around the bar. It's where we introduce ourselves, maybe say a little something about yourself if you want to. I'm your host, Rick.
DJ Alien.
Rob Marcy.
Felicia. I don't know. Just trying.
Mr. Side Facts, I'm a volunteer for the Boys to Young Men's program in Asbury Park.
All right.
Pat, I don't do anything notable like that.
Hey, you really need to develop a signature move.
Yes. You guys. I
Please,
just
you're gonna have
picked
to
this
work
one.
on
I
that.
just picked that up out of the blue. So you have to do something now. There you go. That's it.
I'm not an angel. I haven't
That's
had I'm doing that.
Look, you're in the right place if that's the case, dude.
Right.
Alexis, which we always say, Sarah's sister, so I guess that's my thing.
Welcome.
But not sister Alexis. That's bizarre.
Is that nun? Is that like father?
Oh, like the flying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I said.
Yeah.
Sarah.
Yep.
A habit? Is
And
Hobbit or
Stones
Hobbit?
just got here. And Tony Tedesco is here. What's up, Tony?
For you. Or I'll just give you this one and take the win.
That's cool.
I don't care.
Oh my god, so welcome to the show. So I'm just going to jump right into the first thing that popped up on the Awesome Talk page tonight. And we can run with it and see where it takes us. A kidney for transplant was delivered by drone for the first time ever.
That's freaking
That's a
awesome.
lie. That's a lie.
No.
Amazing.
They're talking about doing that
They are doing it.
Where did that pop
Where did you
up?
get that?
Where did you come across
I call
that?
shenanigans.
now. No.
Oh,
They actually started discussing to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, you hear these stories that, not getting somewhere in time or getting whatever it is that they're trying to deliver in time. This,
Right.
you don't got to worry about traffic and accident or anything. And
Captain America.
if it's good enough for Amazon, it's good enough for somebody's heart.
Agreed.
What the hell?
Automated
Surprised how
future,
many
man,
people
where
I just see
everything
run out
is
the
going to
bathroom,
be
don't even watch it.
flown by autonomous drones.
Yeah, why not?
But I think that's a good thing. It's a good thing, man.
Yeah, oh, shit
It's
like
have
that.
that.
is
But here's the thing.
fantastic.
Whenever you ask anybody about the future of technology, most people, for some reason, automatically jump to the negative. They always jump to the doomsday scenario. And I don't know if that's because we're conditioned by movies or what the fucking fuck it is. But for whatever reason, people jump to the fucking negative. Like when I ask people where I work, what do you think of the future? And they all immediately go Terminator, Skynet, Terminator. And it's like, but why does it have to be that way, man? Maybe it'll be awesome. Maybe it's going to be a world of like vertical farming and shit like that, right?
No, dude. Listen, you got your Alexa on in the bathroom. I was ready to take a piss.
Yeah.
You know, they got busted. They get busted, but if you don't opt out, they have people listening and transcribing to any
Sure, I
given
know.
conversure
Well,
that
that's
you
the
got going on.
downside.
Yeah,
That's
Sure.
the mean.
Well,
You're gonna
well,
have
exactly.
to-
Well, anyway, you got humans in the downside. You can bet on the downside. We're animals of nature.
You can make money off
You know
the
what?
information.
You know what? You're usually a more optimistic.
I'm pragmatic,
horse.
dude, and I know. Look, you hope for the best, you prepare for the worst, and you know where you fucking stand.
Yeah, right.
All right, that's all I'm
I'm gonna
saying.
tell you
I don't own Alexa.
Yeah.
Something interesting I just really heard someone talking about is how, talking about artificial intelligence, how he can see something twice. They have software stuff to see it twice and can track that exact thing around the world. That's how they're tracking like the leftover whales and the endangered
Yes, sir.
Wow,
species.
yeah.
So, but that means they can see me walking down the street twice, and then everywhere I go, they know exactly
That's why people are getting pixelated tattoos.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
That
There's
is
crazier
yeah.
things, but yes, it is on the fucking side of crazy.
I mean, you could just wear a pixelated mask or
Yeah.
a pixelated looking pair of glasses or something like
But
that.
never says you're committed to the cause more than a
But you're not
tattoo
gonna
on
be
your
able to keep
face.
the
Well,
mask
we're
on
talking about
during
people
a fight.
pixelating
Nothing
their
really
face.
Yeah,
going
sure.
That's crazy.
Listen. So here's the deal, right? So you take a
That
a
takes
town
a
like
lot.
Camden, right? So in
It's the thing,
Camden,
some people do anything. No, really. He's
Camden,
shocked
People are
about that.
tattooing their face pixelated.
Oh yeah,
because of facial
For what?
yeah. No,
recognition. shit.
going into ball
So they could be
games
like
and
witness
arenas.
protection program.
Well, no, they just don't want government up their ass, man. Don't forget where our forefathers came from. All right, and before them, the Dutch. All right, the Dutch came here because they weren't allowed to fucking go and have church to on it, and they were pretty pacifist motherfuckers. Of course, they invented money, so fuck them.
Yeah.
But, there's people doing that because now people just don't want to be followed because you never know. You never know.
You are followed every day. Just
Yeah,
so-
I know that.
I
Exactly.
had my phones tapped. And literally in court documents.
I was gonna ask you if I could talk about that or
Go
not.
ahead,
That
I
was
don't
okay. So I can say the story. That's
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
So she was targeted politically by a politician for
Yeah.
real,
We ain't gonna
and
say
for
the
real had her
politician.
phones tapped, and for real went to court, and for real fucking won too.
Yeah, it did.
So.
Well, what kind
So
of
that's
badass
a
are you?
real-
I'm Tony.
that's
What are
a real
you?
deal.
Sorry, I don't know
She
you.
won. That's
And
the
I
point,
won.
right?
No, it did. It wasn't. It was a win, but it was a win where they just had to drop the shit.
Right, exactly. It was a win,
Still a
right?
win.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it is a real win. 'cause it was
It was like hands up.
No, it was vote by mail fraud. The first one ever charged with this bullshit in New Jersey under an ordinance that Christie passed out of probably Asbury Park anyway, because of we kind of mastered the messenger ballot, right?
Yeah.
Because you can. At the time, you can run as many messengers as you want.
Right,
I can
sure.
take you and take everybody in the country,
Right.
but he changed it, and then he added this little clause in the paperwork, and then tried to charge me with it because
Yeah.
yeah,
And you
just-
won.
and I won, and I didn't have to talk.
Well,
to anyone.
see, until now, that's the thing that saved us from total decay has been the justice system, not the lower levels, but the Supreme Court, and that's why now it's such a,
Oh, we're
Yeah.
fucked.
Ironically, that's why I voted for Obama. I thought McCain had more experience when been able to reach across the aisle, but given that he was a moderate. He basically, Republicans were saying as hell. If I knew he was running as a Democrat, I went around. The Democrats were saying that I knew he was running as a Democrat. But the thing was the Supreme Court. But ironically, then the whole thing that went down at the press dinner, where Obama started making fun of Donald Trump, and Donald Trump ran, and this is what we got now. And this next year's gonna be very interesting to see what plays out in the Supreme Court.
See, we can't hate Donald because he's sick.
No,
No,
he's not
sick.
well. He's not well.
He has Alzheimer's.
No, he's not well. I understand. I know when he was elected. I said, you know what? We're black letter law. I'm going to give him a chance and see what happens.
You're
But
crazy
things
for that.
have.
But
I didn't say it wasn't crazy.
I knew he was sick
I
from the
err on the
hungover.
side of look. Well, again, our founders built a society that it's better to let a guilty man go free than an innocent man go to jail. Now we know that's totally fucked, okay? But I'm a true believer in the pre-constitutional ethics that built the Constitution. And so when Trump was elected president, I said, let's see what happens, all right? And of course, I was wrong. You know what I'm saying? We're not dealing with this, but the Supreme Court is a very scary place right now. And it usually adjusts. Like Roberts is now moving to the left, and he is the chief. But there's some interesting things coming down. And while this whole show's going on, they're changing all the shit behind the scenes.
Oh, that's
you know
the
that,
scary
that's the
shit.
scary
That's
shit.
the scary. So
Yeah,
Donald Trump again being sick, so you can't.
Right.
When he rolls around the White House in the bathrobes and naked and all that kind of
Oh,
stuff.
yeah, it's not what I do in my house. So.
And he buys all these Gucci rugs for the Oval Office.
He's got
next is the gold
he's
toilet.
got a bikini bottom tan line probably, right? From
Oh
the spray,
my
from the
gosh!
spray tan,
My
right?
gosh!
He's got
Right?
super white balls.
Super White Balls. That's a great name for an album.
Yeah.
Super White
I think he
Balls.
tans
album.
them. I think he tans them. Honestly, I think he tans the balls.
Oh, you think he tans the
I
balls?
think he sprays them too. Right?
What's up, John? And what's up, John? Wolf Dancers in the chat. What's up, man? Sorry, I'm just
That's
saying
a hell of
hello
a
to all
name.
the people who are talking.
Wolf Dancer is a hell of a name.
Terminator, AI can't tell the difference between a bayonet frog and one that croaks in the pond. Try selling a bayonet for I don't know what the hell that means.
What?
Was it Wolf Dancer?
Yeah. Ghee butter. Brandy's in the chat. What's up? there's a whole bunch of shit going on in there. I can't. You guys got to slow down. Just little sound bites at a time. I can't follow all this shit. Oh my god. So anyway, I don't remember where the fuck we left off.
AI, Skynet.
Skynet.
Why does it have to be that way?
No, in China, you
I mean,
can be a
mass
foreigner.
surveillance. It all comes
The what?
down to mass
In
surveillance.
China, you can
too.
be a foreigner. You go there, right?
Right.
You walk in, airport, whatever. You walk up to the thing. The computer knows it's you. Just
Yeah,
by
sure.
looking
Well,
at it.
I was
They
just
have a social credit system that the AI is everywhere there now,
And it's damn good.
and it's almost.
Yeah, I'm just listening to some.
Shit.
Yeah,
Really
they're
good.
running tests. Well, now they're testing it on the public, like openly. I mean,
Yeah.
people, this shit has been tested.
Yeah, no.
Sure, yeah, you're
It's
right.
I
not
just,
a conspiracy.
You were
It's,
talking
this
about-
shit is what they
it's
do.
active, right?
Ever since World
On
War
the
II.
face.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Some company designed some image that you're going to be able to wear on your shirt that stops.
That's
some
Sky,
people
yeah, so it's harder
recognition.
to recognize.
It's like a
yeah.
simple looking image of
And
like
moods,
a tree
right?
with
It
like
can-
people walking.
Yeah,
you
right.
gauge your mood
And it's weird
shit.
colors,
Yeah.
and it throws.
That's just
I don't
exactly
believe that
fix.
shit.
that's
It
just
is.
that's just a
It is.
deterrent.
And,
Don't
and,
worry about that now.
and I don't believe
You're
it.
gonna get right around
What?
that.
There's an eye in the sky in my little beautiful town. Eye in the sky, and it's so good that they can literally, if there's 20,000 people in that one block corner, and they say I'm looking for a man with a blue hat and purple shoes, right?
Define them.
They'll take everybody out and can isolate right on that one person.
Look,
right?
man.
And they can read, like, come down and read your, like, if you have your driver's license or something in your hand, they can come down and really zone in and read on
Yeah.
your card.
Sure.
Now, hence, listen, I'm always political. There are shootings right in front of these cameras on a regular basis. Well, there was. It's been calm for the last year or two, right? And nobody
those
ever gets
pictures are
caught.
shit.
Yeah, right.
Nobody gets caught. Nobody gets caught.
Is that because they can't use that as evidence, though?
No, I think it's because that some of the shit is broke, or they really don't care, or maybe they're doing it this house. I don't know.
I would assume that they don't want the average citizen to know that this is going on, so
Well,
they
I
wouldn't
tell
even
everybody.
bring it up that we have this footage.
Well, you
of
see the
it.
Yeah,
camera,
right.
Well, I'm
You're
kind
from
of
Asbury?
exposed. Yes, I am.
So on the west side there, you see the cameras at the corner, man, over there, right down,
Yeah.
right down 33 and right down.
Yeah, I'm not
Yo,
telling
here's
you.
the thing, man. Look at what they did in Camden, right? So in Camden, they cut millions of dollars of funding to police and firefighters, right? And then they spent millions of dollars worth of funding on this intricate fucking AI camera system all over the city.
Yeah, it's like
and you look
the
at the
most
city,
advanced
right? And you look
monitoring
at the
system
state
of a city that
of all time, like that was
It's
ever created.
terrifying.
It's terrifying because Vice did a report on it, and they took Vice into the actual control room. So you go, if a gunshot goes off, they can triangulate where the gunshot went off in the city and shit like that, right? So like, you look at that situation and you look at the state of Camden and you say to yourself, this is the fuck what we needed to spend millions of fucking dollars on, dude? Like, because they're in the business of pulling in criminals.
That's called
Especially if they're
poverty
young and strong, they need those fucking
Wasn't
criminals,
that
yeah.
like years ago that they started doing that?
Absolutely it was.
Well, Camden's
About
no
3 years
joke,
ago.
I
though.
haven't heard about it.
Agreed.
Camden is.
Camden.
But what do we do about
Did
it?
we hear anything since then, though, about it? Because I haven't
That
heard
the-
one
the-
peep
the
about
town
it. Has
goes
it caught
straight to-
anybody? Like, has it done anything?
I don't know.
No, it goes straight to shit.
I just thought of it
It's a
as
good
a
system.
testing ground. Because they go to Camden, they can do whatever the fuck they want to the people, and nobody fucking cares. It's like Detroit. They
Detroit
do
was a
anything
big testing ground for shit.
Yeah.
for real.
No
You
shit.
know,
Messed up what they
sure,
did
with
there.
the guns,
They
the
did
drugs.
sound
The
experiments.
The water, right?
Water.
Did you hear
Totally.
about the sound experiments they were doing in Detroit?
No.
They were putting these megaphones or whatever loudspeakers up, doing certain frequencies that kids don't like because
That
adults don't hear the higher
Yeah,
frequencies.
Yeah, sure.
But the kids do, and they would put them in like parks and public areas, so kids wouldn't want to hang out there and this and that, and it was making people sick.
Yeah, they've been doing that for a long time. They've been doing that
Wow.
stuff for like sonic warfare.
Yeah, that's
So-
it's amazing. Know how they can alter moods, affect mood, like the
sure.
resident conspiracy guests too. Like, so I always go in the rabbit holes and I dig, and I know some stuff's I don't know, but
Sure.
but you have these seemingly relevant, educated people who come out and talk about these programs they were part of with this frequency control.
Right.
Even to the effect of, people being patsies for some of the assassinations that have been going on in history. And when they go into so much detail about the science behind it,
Yeah.
and this is information people didn't have access to back in the day.
Yeah, but
so
what's
is
scary
it
about that?
used on what scale
You know
is
what's
it
scary about
used?
that?
I don't know, but
is when those professionals come out, when people come out who are experts on things, and then all of a sudden their credibility is shot the fuck out of the sky
Or they're
instantly.
dead,
Or they're dead.
it goes back to that.
Who was the guy from the DNC on the side of Vince Foster?
Right?
Yeah.
Because back at this, there that whole Philadelphia experiment, Montauk experiment with the frequency sending messages through EMP. Like
Yo,
science
Philadelphia
started to
experiment
discover
was
that
crazy.
we're electric. You know,
Oh yeah, no
electric.
shit. We're bundled ions. It's all.
Yeah.
Our frequency
So
is the only thing keeping us apart.
Bundled
Big
Iron
bags,
is a good
we're
band
big
name
bags
too.
of jelly ions.
There's ways
It's
to
a
influence
jelly
that.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I'm jiggling
It's
myself.
wild.
Me too. I'm fluffy.
Oh, that's my name. That's my nickname.
But yeah, anyway, but it's always doomsday, man.
Fluffy Muppet.
But yeah, not and there shouldn't
How
be
do
because
you,
like you
you're
were
not
saying.
gonna be able to stop it. Like your local police station gets a fucking tank because the military
Yeah.
decided to just give
Yeah.
their runoff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And the
fucking
cops
crazy,
are all
dude.
excited about it. And it's like if everyone in the town is against it, how are you gonna stop them?
Well, you know, we
like,
talked
what
about
are you
this.
gonna do? Now, I don't even mean it can't be done.
y'all
I just
picked
mean
this
the
out just
Have you
for
seen
me.
the footage
I
from
think y'all
Venezuela this
want-
morning?
Did y'all pick this conversation just for me?
No, man, that was
It's running people over in Venezuela this morning.
Yeah, right.
What would the
Yeah,
people
Jesus,
of Camden
man.
have to do to get that entire
That was
AI
sick.
system taken down? They spent millions and millions of dollars on it. I
Right.
guarantee you right now most of Camden probably doesn't want it there. They can't do shit about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, they can, right? Like first is the little things that people don't really realize are important, like your municipalities, right? And town government. I think the flaw that went wrong with this project experiment of United States is that we forgot that it's for the
The people have the
You
power.
are
That,
so right.
And
We're too busy.
when kooks like myself get in seats, right? That's the point. That's the problem.
Well,
Kooks like you or kooks like you get into seats. That's the problem because honestly, even what Trump and his little croons are doing now are changing all those things because they know if the animals get, I don't know the phrase, whatever that.
Tickles down. If you ain't wearing a raincoat, you get wet.
Yeah,
I always say
don't
that,
know.
they build power structures from the top down like a pyramid, and you ain't going to change anything by changing the capstone. You have to change individual bricks at the bottom in order to change the structure. So I agree with you 100%.
So
you have to know the power that you have as a person.
And so there are no seats and you figure out all this crap, right? Because just sitting in meetings, reading stuff, and you find out that they're doing a whole bunch of bullshit. And it's really, when you talk about testing waters, I remember sitting in the city council many years ago and they're talking about spraying this ridiculous spray. No one said to kill the mosquitoes. What the hell? Did y'all just not notice that they just okayed like dumping like pesticide over the whole damn town and nobody said anything?
yeah.
Like nobody said
Man.
anything.
They're dumping
Right?
1080 poison all over New Zealand constantly right
Jesus,
now.
man.
What's that for? Supposedly
Yeah.
1080.
Just sterilized.
They say it's for all sorts of different
Bullshit
reasons,
ass
but
pesticide.
none of them are real good ones.
I just feel like it's all
Population
it's just-
control.
yeah, but I feel like it's not even that
So
good.
how do these people have that power to get like there's good because okay the one
Yeah.
end I'm a conspiracy guy sometimes we'll burn it all down it's all corrupt no there's good people fighting for there is good people
Here's the
still
problem.
going at it but so how do these
Here's how. Because
They get
you-
away with
because
it.
people
because
like
people that are crazy and maniacal are usually way more motivated.
Yeah, they're Machiavellian. They're psychopaths. They're Machiavellian. They're
That's
very
how it
detailed.
works.
right.
They got
And
lots
dude,
of time
but-
on
but-
their
Can
but
you
hands.
that's
imagine
like-
if they were all just really kind of lazy and chill with life? Like
Yeah.
that, none of this crazy shit would
But
happen.
the crazy
Yeah.
people always
Like,
rise to the
that's
top,
all
dude.
they think
The crazy
about
people always
is how to
represent
get
everybody.
more.
Like somebody said to me during the election, they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna show you a video of a bunch of Hillary Clinton voters who don't know what they're talking about because they don't know what they're talking about." And I'm like, "Yeah, I can also do that to Trump, though. There's videos for that too." And it's all people behaving like erratically on both sides. And like those are the videos you see, and those are the videos that end up representing an entire fucking people, dude. An entire group.
Well,
of
as a
people, dude.
populist, I said many times, we're in a diabetic coma from the low
Fuck
hang
yeah,
fruit the
dude.
media
Right.
serves up, and because people don't want to look into the facts and go behind and dig a little bit more, and they just want to sound cool around the water cooler,
Right.
so they're serving up sound bites,
Yeah.
Right.
and they don't understand what's going on behind the scenes.
Right.
And now it's gotten so bad with people like tone deaf, dog whistles, all that shit. Nobody's listening to anybody, and they're just taking what they can to use to say, hey, this person. And there's not people doing that shit. But like when Wilbur Ross came on, he made a good point. He said, look, now, and he got totally taken out of context, and some people may not agree with me, but he said, look, if you work for the government and you've done bank with your business with your bank for a couple years, you should be able to go in and get a real low interest. You go and talk to the manager, you should be able to get a low interest rate. Now, of course, he was being tone deaf. He was just offering a solution. Sure. He was an uptight white guy and with an asshole tighter than a frog's ass. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But what he was saying was missed. Instead of and saying, you know what, this guy's a little out of touch. But here's what he's saying for you people that need some help. It was all he's totally tone deaf, and then on the right, it was totally opposite. Nobody's listening to each other anymore.
Yeah, sure.
So my presidential frontrunner. Well, not really, because I kind of like Biden. I kind of like Elizabeth Warren.
Elizabeth Warren has some good ideas,
right,
man.
She's awesome.
She's got some good fucking ideas.
Awesome.
She's almost platform conscious right now.
I like Yang. Right?
Who?
Yang.
Oh, yeah.
$1,000?
Right, that's right. I heard him speak in person. I've actually heard everybody, all the presidential candidates, except for Biden, speak in person. Right? A couple weeks ago at National Action Network conference. And I have a picture with Yang. I'm going to post it on tweet. Right? Because after he got off stage, I was like, I need a selfie. Right? But he wasn't just $1,000, which is freaking awesome.
Wait, what is this?
This guy wants, if he becomes president, he's going to give every American, no matter who they are, $1,000 a month. Everybody. It doesn't matter. Over 18.
And he broke down why it's
Yes,
he did.
Okay,
he said he had plenty of money. We really do.
Yeah, no,
right?
I know.
And he says this will actually stimulate the economy. And in my mind said, remember those rebate checks that Bush used to give out.
Yeah.
Same thing to stimulate the economy.
Yeah, right.
Right? Which I owe the government some money, something, and I never got one.
I
never got one. I was always honey. Right?
I was presuming on the ground for a decade with them guys.
But he said he's going to stimulate it, and he said how. But also what I loved about him was he is just a whole crazy ass, right? But a brilliantly crazy ass, right? And he broke down the plan, and he said some really scary shit, which is because he was speaking to a room full of 1,000 or so black folk, right? And he was saying, talking about net worth being zero because everybody getting left behind in the in the technology boom. But he wasn't scared, and he was the first one to sign up saying, "I want to come and talk to y'all." And he was kind of awesome, and his plan was fiscal and sound and very linear. Because I don't want to sound, but he's Asian and he says he knows math. That's his own word.
That's all I'm
I'm just
but here's the thing, though. If he's going to infuse every month $1,000, that's just going to cause inflation. It's going to cause everybody. Oh, you got enough $1,000 a month. You can now give me.
But inflation's already happening.
No. Well, I know, but inflation's real low now compared to what it's historically been.
Saying
and the Fed just said it's not. Today said it's not raising again
it should be the
whole year.
If it's not anything else,
the point
is
is
fine.
that if he did that once a year, if he said, "Hey, we're going to give everybody back $1,200 every year, once a year," that's a little bit different because. And again, didn't hear the whole plan. Just the details you're saying. If every month the man knows you're getting $1,000, that man's coming in and asking for $1,500.
But you know what, though, dude? This whole thing goes right back to the original conversation again. So many things are becoming automated. AI is taking over. There's more and more robots walking around. They're going to be more and more capable, especially in the next 5 years, right?
True.
So, what happens? So the first thing everybody goes is, what happens to our jobs? How are we going to make money? Which is a really depressing thing to be a human, and that's the fucking first thing you jump to is, what am I going to do for money? Like, that really sucks, but it is the truth, and it is where we live. So if we're, I'm sorry, not to cut off, but if we are moving into a world where there's going to be more robots doing shit for us, more robots thinking for us, more robots getting fucking labor done for us, there's going to be less need to go out in the world and do the
and more time for robots fucking us.
See,
hold on. You were going to talk next, and I'm going to go to you, and then I'm going to
I was just going to say, like, we touched on that kind of when our homie Buffy was here talking about just that, and we got a conversation about looking, basically our jobs supporting this system, which to me is like this freaking repeat. It's like insanity, a cycle of insanity, where like our goals, instead of like learning how to survive and thrive, are to get that dollar to support this machine. That's literally
the America business.
But America is a corporation.
Go ahead, that's all.
America is a corporation. For sure.
America is a corporation and a experiment.
It's a machine, man.
Oh, it's literally a corporation.
Yes, literally. And all those treaties and all
that.
those things that are happening are up like right now. So what you're seeing in this chaos is something getting choked the hell out, literally. And right before anything dies, after being choked the hell out, it starts flailing. kicking and screaming and all that bullshit.
That's what we're doing now.
Right? So that's what we're
That's
doing
what I've been
right
saying
now.
myself. No,
So, but right after that choke out in the frailing, you get that peace, that calm. Right?
Isn't that just death?
It's that second before death. Right? It's that
rattle.
second before.
Acceptance.
It's a death rattle.
It is the acceptance of death. Right?
That's
so,
where we are.
Yeah. So
Well, yeah,
we're
Is that
we're
why
still
I'm
kicking
broke?
and
No, we're still
frailing.
flailing. That's what I'm
Arcade
saying. Is that
We're still
capitalism-
kicking and frailing. Right?
Capitalism's eating its
So
own tail.
right before you get to
Capitulated
that
as a human
calm,
race.
yeah, right before you get to that calm, right, and you die or you surpass or it dies. Sometimes you gotta let shit die so something else can live. So death is a cycle. So we kind of know that Rome fell.
Sure,
right,
of
we
course.
kind of know why Rome fell and how exactly Rome fell.
Yeah.
So we kind of know this story. So either we can just kick off and do something different.
Can I just tell you what I think we're doing right now, though? What I think we're doing right now is like Rome, we're aware of our death.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're all just dancing on the line, and we're trying to do it eternally. Like, we're like, oh, things used to be good here, and they could be bad any day now. Let's just fucking...
We're playing our fiddles while Rome bends.
Let's
Sometimes
just buy
you gotta dance.
arcade machines and fucking dumb shit
Yeah.
like that, and...
Yeah, but on the one hand, it's like, yeah, you had mentioned the spirit of some of the founding fathers or people who preceded them, to rally that spirit again.
There's nowhere to go though now. And here's the problem: is when Washington signed the peace treaty, the Treaty of Paris, okay, and the Revolutionary War. I forget the guy's name who Wellington or the British general said it doesn't matter. 200 years ago, all going to be serving the same fucking God, the dollar. Okay, now he didn't say the dollar. He said you're all going to be serving the same fucking God 2 years. And face it, look, man, when we the only thing we gained in the Revolutionary War was the right to farm the lands and fish the seas. Okay, all prior contracts remained in place. In 1604, the Virginia Compact was a contract with the Bank of England that sent us over here. They have tax numbers. It's all. So here's the difference between then and now. It is a global society because of the internet, and there is the eye in the sky, the one great period. Yeah. But I'm in agreement with you that you got to try. But I also am very much in agreement with you that this is the Ouroboros of capitalism in its death throes, eating its own fucking tail.
Yeah, sure.
It's not about democracy. It's never been about democracy. We've never forced democracy on anybody. We forced capitalism on other countries,
But here's a question: Have we arrived at a point where we can eat our own tail eternally now? Can this go? Have they perfected?
No, you choked yourself out. That's why you're flailing.
Wait a minute.
As soon as you live for a paycheck, you've lost. They win.
Yeah, you're right.
And you pay taxes, they don't.
Yeah.
They use debt to make money. They use assets to have cash flow.
Dude, you know what I used to say? I used to say all the time, if you still use money, you're just like the rest of us.
Dude,
I don't care if you're in Hollywood or... Yeah.
Well, and they've been trying to get debtors' prison off the ground for a long time, or come back at debtors' prison for a long time.
Because of their debt, they pay less taxes.
No, it does exist, sure.
Man.
But they're trying to bring it back in a big way, like
It's like this thing that they don't even tell us this in school. They don't teach us economics.
Not at all.
No, they
they don't want us to know how this shit works.
That's why I took my daughter out in 4th grade, dude.
They wouldn't be where they at.
Exactly.
Could you imagine,
you.
dude? I always say the reason why nobody knows math is because when you're in school and they teach you math, it sucks. It sucks on purpose. They want it to suck. They want it to be
I don't agree
boring.
with that.
Could you imagine if everybody in the country knew math and knew how the economy
here's the
worked?
problem with math. Math is such a fucking amazing concept that everyone can find their own pathway to it. And
It's the first language of the universe.
Right, but it's about teaching critical thinking, and that's what they don't want to teach. It's critical thinking, and that's why they keep changing it. Though it's not to make people confused, but because they are still trying to teach educators. Are mostly good at heart, okay? The low level. They're trying to find it. That's why it's always the new math, because they're trying to find a new way to explain it, right?
Bullshit.
No, I know it is the course. Because you have to.
Fucking hell is
the thing
that?
is, they want you to follow their instructions on how to do it, as opposed to come. I always tell my kids, look, you just fucking nod at your math teachers. You recognize patterns. Everything's a pattern. When you can recognize a pattern, and math will become easy. You don't have to do it their way. There's a million ways to get to that fucking answer.
Now it's doing it their way.
No,
My
exactly
son
the way
fucking came home
gotta go
about every fucking thing. I said, oh, this then multiplication by 10.
No, you gotta go and look at it
and do the shit.
I
He
hate
took it
Common
to
Core
school.
so much. Oh my god.
Well, here's the thing with Common Core,
failed
though.
every goddamn thing.
Here's
He
the
failed
one-
everything.
Here's the one thing with Common Core. At least they have a central location because my girlfriend's kid has Common Core math stuff. Stuff that I'm like, look, you don't have to do it this way, but they want you to do it this way. So you go up to the Common. The one good thing is that it is common. So you can go up there, you can find out how they want to teach it to them, and that's what I do. Is I go in, you look up online the actual that exact
Weird
period,
shit, yeah.
3.14, and they tell you how they want to see it done. The thing is, though, the sad part about it is this is just about passing people and just fucking passing them without teaching.
Equals
It's about
10,
right.
Like 2 plus 2 equals 10.
Yeah.
Oh, they don't
Literally.
do that anymore.
Huh?
It's like a 10-minute problem.
Yeah,
Something
Yes.
that-
right.
You got to group them into a circle.
I didn't say
Is
4.
what it is.
I said 2 and 2 is 10 because they said it's easier for you
Well, they
to
don't want you
add
to critically
to
think.
5 instead of the 2. It's
It's
easier
all
for you to
bullshit.
round it up to 5.
But
It's
they're
like,
That's what I mean. They don't want you to
Understand.
recognize the patterns, be able to do shit on your own.
Please.
They want you to do
I
it
didn't know
their
about
way.
this
Can somebody
stuff.
grab me a beer?
My kids are in high school.
Mine
And I
too.
remember
Stones?
last year when they started, they made the comments, when are they going to teach us like things like what do you do with your checkbook and this and that?
They don't do
They
that.
used to have that. They used to have that was called home economics.
And they turn around and they're like, I don't understand. Everything that they're teaching is the same crap I learned in elementary school.
Yeah,
they're
right.
like, I thought in high school I was going to learn like how you live and take care of yourself.
No
I'm
life
like,
skills.
Not at all.
no, they
And I'll
don't
tell you
teach
what.
us shit.
I'll tell you what, dude. You set up a lot of
No
people.
life
Thank you very
skills,
much.
man.
You set up a lot of people for a lot of failure by not just teaching them the practical everyday shit. If you ever spent any time in an AA or an NA meeting, the number one thing that people say in those meetings is how they got fucked up in the first place is, and they all say the same thing: I have no life skills. I don't know how to fucking organize anything. I don't know how to balance a checkbook. I don't know how to schedule my fucking laundry. I don't know how to take care of myself.
True enough.
And school, it just doesn't do that. It just pump. They're getting what they want, though.
Yes.
Can we just be clear on that? Because when you're talking about a federally funded program pumps out something that isn't working, then they're doing that shit on fucking purpose,
Yes.
dude. They're getting what they want.
Exactly.
Otherwise, they would change the fucking program, dude.
But they get, you see, education, or so-called American education, is $1 trillion entity.
Yeah, right. It's a political.
Real.
And
money-making thing.
I was on the board of education for about 3 years before I figured out why the hell does somebody that hasn't no kids or doesn't give a damn about a kid want to sit here and fight so viciously. That charge that I got earlier was because I was on the school board. The first plea they offered me was for me to, non-custodial probation, that's what they give kids, and for me to forfeit my elected position on Asbury Park Board of Education. Now, hence, this is in Union County, right? But this is in a county far from home.
Far away.
Far away, right?
Tatooine County.
Right, and so why would they give a damn
Exactly.
about me all the way back home in my position? But they really care because these are billion-dollar entities. School districts have
Only takes a little grease in the machine. I mean, only takes a little sand in the machine.
And this is something really new. So y'all the first to break this and everything. So to get a little bit more political, there's a bill circulating now for municipalities and school districts to merge their collective bargaining for insurance and such.
The insurance are banks, man.
Right?
Fucking that shit. I hate the fucking banks, man.
So it's something.
See, he knows where it's at, dude.
That's no good.
So they want to merge this, so they can save money and do it together. So what? Yeah. So I'm not going to get myself in trouble and say anymore because I think I kind of got to see some of these people in next couple weeks. And so that's coming because it's not going to have enough anybody to say, I don't think that's kind of bad. There might be a couple people that says, yeah, that's not kind of good. Yeah. But most people it sounds good and on paper. You can save a
everything works on paper. Catholicism works on paper.
How many people are going to hear what you just said and not have even a fucking clue what you just said?
Also, really quick, insurance is like your insurance. Like the teachers, right? They need insurance for medical insurance, and the people that work for the city, they need medical insurance.
Stay alive to keep
right?
things
stay
running.
alive, right? The biggest part of any budget in a school district is the benefit package of the teachers, right? That's the biggest part of the budget. That's like 70% of the budget.
Wow.
Damn.
Right?
Oh my God.
Fucking banks, man.
Yeah.
The Dutch.
So-
That's what I'm talking about. The
So
fucking
the
Dutch.
benefit package, right? So to be able,
Seriously.
Deutsche
So-
Bank.
Well, they're German.
I know.
I know you do.
so, and then the city, that's the biggest part of their package too, right? So, hence, if you merge the both, that's like kind of a big monopoly if you get everything.
Yeah, well, that right.
All these
So you
people,
have
there's
more
like how
collective
many
bargaining power with the
municipalities?
insurance company. You got more people in the insurance pool, lowers the rates.
So,
But yeah.
It's
That-
another little thing. The biggest contributors to these campaigns are insurance companies.
Yeah, no doubt.
Man.
Yeah, now, I'm sorry to depress people, but this,
Don't listen to anybody,
it is
man.
a little depressing. But on the other side, I want to have open mic nights that save the world.
Well, a little love goes a long way.
An open mic to save the world.
There you go. There you go.
Where everyone just gets up and talks about some fucked up shit they found out.
Yeah.
And everyone else is like, are you serious? This can't be real. And you're like, no, it's fucking real. And someone else gets up and says some other crazy shit.
That's right.
I don't want to go to too dark of a place. But
What do you do that for?
It was just
all the shit they were talking about. So basically what this all amounts to is you don't trust anybody that's in any fucking place of authority, right?
That's not necessarily true.
You
No,
support the ones who give a damn.
Right.
And
No, because you do your research.
Yeah.
You do your research.
If you don't
Burn it down.
like the way to fucking move, vote them out.
Research.
Right? Get
Listen,
them out.
you know, this
Expose the shit.
This goes
Tell
back
on
to
them.
this goes back to what I was saying about Obama getting elected. I understand a lot of people had put a lot of hope in
What
that,
is
but he
an
was a
American
junior
president?
absentee senator from fucking Illinois who came up through the Chicago, I've said this a million times on the show, on other shows, come up through the fucking University of Chicago, which is the banking fucking, the root of the banking fucking system, okay? And he had nothing to show for it. That's why he couldn't get anything done. He didn't know how to reach across the aisle like McCain did.
but
And the problem is, McCain is a dead breed at this point.
Yeah, right.
You know, even his buddies have now sold out.
You're
Lindsey
right.
Graham.
Yep,
All right.
totally.
You know, and on the left, everybody's so.
Crazy.
The left is
Tell the
so
truth.
fractured
I kinda
and so
hate
isolated and
liberals.
myopic,
It
you know?
is right.
There's no
Do we
independence in
still
the middle
believe-
anymore, no centrists. That's why Joe Biden is coming on strong. Joe fucking Biden.
Do we still believe that
he is
the American president is the most powerful man in the world?
Not at all.
I don't.
I'll say it's the most untouchable.
So
Not most powerful, but most.
I don't know that he
Here's the
ever
deal.
was.
Here's the deal. The United States president has
That's how they
no
sell
law
it.
to answer to.
Right.
Period.
And it's sold
whatsoever.
as that.
Like
but-
he can do anything he wants.
No. See, the Supreme Court does its
On
job.
major
They're
scale.
gonna make sure that that's clear. What?
That's why he's
No.
putting people in it, dude.
Hold on a second. No. He's tied. All this shit's getting tied in the courts now. It takes a little while to work its way out. The Supreme Court is the one thing that has saved our ass time and time again. Okay, so once the Supreme Court fails, all right, and I'll be the first to say what.
Do you believe in the
Do you-
current
do you-
Supreme Court?
Well, they haven't been
Much
tested
more
yet, so
about
yes, I still have faith. Okay,
We're
I have to
still
have faith.
holding your faith on a woman that's damn near 100 years
Well, I
old.
know,
that broke ribs, kidneys, that fall apart.
I understand it, but like I said, Roberts is even moving. Here's the thing: when you don't have a boss, it's easy to tell you "fuck you" to anybody, and the Supreme Court's will hopefully make it clear that the president is not their fucking boss. Now you got Gorsuch and you got.
The same Supreme Court that starts every session with a prayer. Is that the one you're talking
Dude,
about?
I don't care.
Wow.
All right, look, you can. If they do, that's fine. They're allowed to have their fucking religious beliefs. If they want to pray, I don't give a fuck. As long as they
Separation of church and state.
No. Hold on a second though. That was a concept that didn't come around till the 1800s, and that was all about
was
the banks.
200 years ago.
No, but I'm saying that was well after the framers of the Constitution built this fucking architecture for the house. No, I'm not coming down. You're talking about shit that matters, man. So I want to speak like it
You
matters.
can talk, but just, dude, I feel like you're screaming.
I'm not screaming. Okay, you know what? Sorry, I got nothing to say. I'm not screaming at you.
Okay,
I'm screaming because.
I'll say nice. So
Thank
you
you,
can do
you get
whatever.
it.
He's very
You can
passionate guy.
say whatever.
I was actually looking at Rick.
Your religion dictate who you are. It doesn't dictate the laws unless that's what y'all
Exactly.
choose it to be. Because I give the right to if the Muslim states want to have whatever. If the people say that's what we want to do, that's what the fuck you want to do, right? And the premise that that America has been a Christian country is false.
Absolutely.
It never was.
Yeah.
Right? In fact, in the Treaty of Peace and Kindness, signed by Morocco, that gave America that first navy to help with the Revolutionary War, right, was saying, because you're not a Christian state, because they're Muslim over in Morocco, we'll help you. That's literally, that was after, you know what, Jefferson or whatever came back and said, you know, went over to England and they're like, who the fuck are you? What kind of authority you got? Who are you? And that treaty still happens. That treaty is still real, and it's the longest running American treaty we have. It's the longest running, that has to be signed every now and again.
You know what's funny? When you said, they said, who the fuck are you? I imagine that's precisely how it went.
That pretty much, because the Queen Jefferson showed up, you're like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah, well, that's why he liked the French so much.
The whole God thing was added recently in like the 50s.
That's what.
Right,
Yeah,
so it's
right.
never been. And then as a person and who is, I love the label Christian, right? I'm a follower of Christ, not the Christ that they made up, but the Christ that was, right?
Yeah,
you know,
it's used as a tool more than a
because
legitimate.
those people aren't fucking don't believe in shit, right? They don't believe in any of that. They don't believe.
No, they're the owl worshiping fucking baby killers.
Right.
That's you, my brother. My bohemian brother. I know, man. I know all about it. I've been down that rabbit hole. I survived. I learned to tie a rope to my ass if I go down that rabbit hole. I don't go too far.
And we just had this conversation that, like, look, you can say what people are running around when they do that whole Christian thing. They're running around on people's doctrines. They're running around on to be part of this club in this church. That this is what we have to do. That's not written anywhere.
Yeah,
right?
Realistic and religious and
separation
people.
Separation of church and state came about as a tax thing. And it came about as a way for...
I just don't like that it's used to manipulate the public the way that it's used. The fact that there's fucking
religion's the earliest form of
millionaire
politics.
pastors coming out saying that Donald Trump is the most
godly president. I'm saying that's the way it's been for millions of years.
It's a business, totally,
dude.
It's
a business, but the church is a business. Pastor don't mean the holiest. It means the CEO of the company.
Oh!
And that's the truth. And I respect, I have tons of friends that are, right?
Sure.
But to honestly... the church system is a business, right? So people have to distinguish what is your relationship with whatever is bigger, right? Or what do you want to belong to this clique? And I tell people all the time, I do God, I don't do church. Right, and I
hear you. I have faith. I don't need religion. When you got faith, you don't need religion.
And then this past faith, when you have an understanding that there's something bigger and you're part of something, and this world was built, and look, it's a system. Like if you believe in robots, you can't just make robots. Shit, they'll just happen, right? like who? Like that's second grade
once
science.
it becomes an institution, people can't coexist.
It's power.
Well, it loses its basic fundamental.
That's not religion. That is religion, and that's the corporation.
And look, when you're in the desert, it's not a good idea to eat old pork, okay? So I understand religious law and Deuteronomy and Leviticus and all that shit, okay? But somewhere along the line, things grow so far apart that the fellowship is lost. And that's what church should be about. Yeah. And I got no problem
Two or more.
with...
Right, we have a church right now.
Two or more, exactly.
Right? God bless you.
You know?
That's not being offended, and people come to me all the time.
They become institutions of, like, you know, a lot of propaganda, political stuff.
What are they doing that shit?
Rather than just, you know,
right,
helping your brother
once again,
out,
when there's bad
sharing, building up the community.
Exactly.
Oh my
God.
Well, I like to say these days, it's all pulpits and no pews. You know what I'm saying? All pulpits and no pews. That's Facebook. That's why I'm not on that fucking
Everybody wants to be a bit.
And they all want to tell you the way that how to run your life instead of just discussing the way things are. Like I said, wherever you have bad inhumans, it's gonna go heavy on the bad side. Right. Once you start drinking your own medicine.
But as humans, we want to control.
You don't need religion to tell you right or wrong.
Because you're okay with that inner voice.
When they go to reach for something, they'll look back.
You have an inner voice.
Somebody looking.
We are breaking
know
bread
not
together.
to reach for that glass. Or
All right.
hand I did. You'll see him look back.
He has wine.
Literally.
Why?
He has wine.
Why? Why do human beings so fucking naturally go toward the negative, the bad?
Well, here's why.
All the fuck. Listen.
Because humans have this sick,
easy to be led in the wrong direction, hard to be led in the right direction.
need for a hierarchy that they can place themselves on. And as long as there's always someone that they can look down on, they feel slightly less shitty.
Yes.
Well, you know, we're not
cynical.
And you see it as
True.
like an innate part of us
It's
because
Murphy's Law.
people create them where they don't exist.
Yeah.
Like there's hierarchies and systems where they should. Why should there have to be a church situation where there's like rankings that go all the way up to a guy in a gold throne? Like, if it was really about sharing a belief in something, why would there be weird inequality?
Well, here's why.
Yeah, right.
Here's why. We are willing to give up. Okay, civilization is not that old of a story. Okay,
Right.
and early on you needed to be protected. And it's no different than the mafia. That's how the mafia comes in. I want to fucking make sure your garbage goes out, buddy, if you fucking pay me. All right, I want to make sure you don't get robbed if you fucking pay me. All right. And that's how all these fucking organizations are built, including the church. You take care of the people, and churches do a lot of fucking good. Don't make any mistake about that. The local churches do fucking good. You know that.
Yeah, they do.
You know what I'm saying? Like you said before, the localities have power. But when you start getting into these super shit, but it's no different. It's no different than why you had serfs and lords in the 1500s, and then after that, after the Dark Ages, everyone's like, "Fuck that shit! Ain't nobody fucking getting over on me anymore."
Yeah.
You know, and that's the problem. Is that
No.
we're animals. It's survival of the fittest. It's the need to fucking protect your own is where it starts. It starts as a good thing, but then it turns into, okay, well now I got bigger own.
Are we ever gonna evolve out of this?
No.
No.
I always told someone
Sorry.
that
Oh, no, you're right.
Up there on the floor from the plant.
No.
Yeah,
It's the love of God. That's what the
It's
scripture
not even
actually
love.
says.
He said it right. Yeah,
The
it's
scripture
not love.
says it's
the lust.
it's you're right. It's the love.
Listen,
Love is good.
we are having a great show tonight, but it's time to cut to a break. We got a 25-minute break coming up, man. We're cutting to some music. I gotta go help Stones.
I gotta go to the
Matt, I need you to close this out. Let me out, guys. Let me out,
Throw
guys.
across the bar, Rick.
Matt's gonna close this. Is gonna close us out for the break.
I
And we're
said
back
Matt-
in 25 minutes.
I said Rick danced the jig across the table.
Closing out.
You're not closing out. Closing out's the wrong term. You're just cutting to a break.
Sure.
Look, going to a break.
Yeah, check it. Dark circles around my eyes never rest. On my grind, add post-traumatic stress, the wish resign. Counting less prayers answered, more hands on karma. Caught up in my crosshairs, comb through the crowd, watching you phonies fall like dandruff. Pumped at your watering holes, yeah. Miss me with that there. Playing porn and fire to read a note. I ditch rule, solitaire, solid, smooth, silently start a cult. Married to my darkness, cause a spark and then elope. Postcards, PS's murder I wrote. Work out the Kingston, go ham, hokey on some dead-eye. Apple white, volatile, refugee, settle score. Rebranding, expanding the allure. Some questions answered, some mysteries explored. Some direct, some abstract, some braggadocious, some inspirational talking hella toe tags. A nice guy, but don't get it twisted. Been to break, snap, pre-medi, rampage, going ballistic. Clean sweep, triple check the ballistics. You had your chance to listen, but I'm too busy, I'm too ignored, so now I'm apparition. Solo manifest destiny, transmission for the living in limbo. But hold my manifesto. Fuck finishing last, aloof, move at my own pace. Cousin cordial cut for the count. Newborn narcissists come out and play, Yeah, anybody can get it and will. Scrap nibblers in an array of pain and torment. Trapped in jagged little pills, get wrapped in glassing. Imprinted bold words, random but important. The urgency gets real smoke. Backwards precipitation pours over nostalgia. Your eyes dilated by the irony. It's funny how lack of gratitude changes situations. Fuck it back to me and now winging it. Negative approach, yet so cleansing it. Finish from the ash, set fire to any remnants. Burning sun, burning light. light symphony. Dodged the firing squad in a death sentence. So bittersweet. Had dreams of dreaming a new life to support. But she cheated to try to frame me and blame me. Mission abort. Man, your battle stations more than another lost. Bad shit crazy. Super Saiyan, my pre-distraught emotional state. Relapse on 3 bags. Continue to proceed and coming to. Go gadget slip knot, locked over a cloud, back down, not slip, snub to the neck, eyes fixed on a non-existent ground, deep breath, faint voice, resolute and jump, faint voice whispers, is this what you want? Nah, change your heart, clapboard, cut it, render big plans just too high, and OT Genesis now, although the shot clock keeps us in the nice tally up, cold air sets in, toss my last fuck to the wayside, Brooklyn and Kapowski, forecast was no longer in Bayside, but death brings new beginnings. You hit the thing 6 times and it's bellwether thought vessel. You see the money sign horizontal with the word drop is heating his coat. But I'm breaking the chips. Pronto bitch wanna battle, I flip the John Blick with an extended clip. Quick on the draw from the hip. Bob Ross in a trench, auto war paint smeared, you know can print, you can knock and 10, rated on a scale of 1 to 10, I am all the numbers combined, plus 666.666 is the end, flip it backwards, 666 infinite top 10 tier, a rapper's point up to the one, that's me, burn it all down to ash and debris, smoke signal store, catch wind of the bastardly breeze, fade to black, back to dust, original, hand solo, southpaw, go against the grain without y'all, so give me 1 mic, 2 L's and a cool J. I put out a def jam to rock the bells and get a poppin' for a penny pinch and profit. The boy is bad, yeah. Randy Watson, I'll shine when you locks it in. When notorious big puns and Tupac theatrics on the bin. Grand scheme, this is method acting. Alright, yeah. Coming to America. That's it.
I'm ready. As ready as I'm going to be. This beat's by Dready Mercury. I don't even know why she let me do this one, do I? The blow up kinda came last minute. Forget it, what matters is how you finish this flow though. Had me at addition clinics. Rappers did it with a bunch of gimmicks. Destroyed and rebuilt with cybogenics. I shut down my atheists and cynics. The floor is popping on spinach. I'm the craziest rapper that did it. So take your opinion and flip it. Shove it up your ass and spin it. Who you trying to see me? The glass tinted. Who else invented this shit that gets chicks digits? I'm so proper with it when I did it. I call her from Keisha to Rosalita to Maylene to Gidget. I talk it how I live it. This a game of giants and these rappers looking midget. While I'm flowing like a spigot. Got us so hot and bottled wet anywhere that she sit it. Anything, whatever, fuck it, homie, I'm with it. No baking, no faking, a ball and fight. Anthony Mason, kill a game, Voorhees, Jason, around our test. Yep, all due respect. Recognize the best out the cuckoo's nest. If weight is the bet, I suggest you invest or crash it like the stock market. Turn the closest rapper to a carcass. Yo, you out of your motherfucking Neiman Marcus. Set a good shop at Target. I'm a hot topic. Popular but not pop. Till I get knots, I'm a hot blocks. Bomb cars and hot box. Until probation made me detox. I'm damn hot. Yo, dude, they really not. I give a fuck. Peace out to Awesome Talk. Peace out to the homies. DJ Alien. Baraka said Crow. I don't even know what else. What else can I tell you?
Yeah, man. Thank you, dude. That was fun, dude. Hell yeah, dude.
Oh.
You can come over right up with me though.
All right.
You got it right.
Yep. Yeah. Chat. Awesome talk.
Yo, awesome walk. Check. Yeah. Welcome to the here and now, let me begin. Live from the underground, fresh from the fringe. Brutal bass line, obsessed violin. Battleship flying on a conquest wind. Fire on the scene as the breeze rushes in. Summertime endures, cats still rock Timbs. Outside at church with a box of wheat thins. May you find peace and forgiveness of your sins. Context lost, the point is not made. Point is that I'm always throwing flames, not shade. Mr. Frank Biddle, scribble on a page. Problem is a lack of a drive, not age. I'ma get you focused like a shot of cold rage. Pure metaphor, declare a war on stage. War is not an act or a game to be played. Put it up the nose and ask me why it smells strange. Got a chemical imbalance, diagnosed, weapons grade, relax. I settle shit down with way towards peace. Should they cross the line in advance? Unleash the beast and have them shitting in their pants. Rather push peace, hug my lady up and dance. Blessed every now and then I actually get the chance. Grind is a job don't stop. So when the sign says do not disturb, don't knock. Yeah, my man, the professor, the professional drunk, the king of funk, Wayne Wells, yeah.
I'm the king of punk and it is not higher. Other these rappers should probably retire. Yes. I'm kinda like Bird on the Wire. No Mel Gibson when our mind's gone. Out of my head, it's the weirdo kid with a couple dye dreads. And I don't really mess with the feds, but I hit you with an infrared. Scope from afar, I got banana clip bars. I'm a weirdo by far. Out there with the stars, you can call me David Boy with the bars.
Hello.
Hey.
I have a tasty treat for you.
You do have a tasty treat for me today. Okay.
So when I was a kid, my grandfather used to tell me how he used to drink beer with the raw egg. It was a liquid breakfast.
Right, the raw egg.
I seen it on TV, seen tons of people doing it. I always assumed you would just throw up instantly.
It sounds very puke-worthy to me.
So, until I tried it.
Right.
And it's delicious.
Okay, all right.
So let's do it.
Let's see what we got here. You're really doing this. You're really putting the egg into the Awesome Talk mug right now.
Doing it.
And you're drinking some good old-fashioned America. Yeah, I'll have some beer. I hope I didn't get any egg on that from your eggy hand. And salt.
And salt.
Okay, so you're adding. So we have minerals.
That was a lot of salt.
Okay, hey.
It's going to be really salty.
Sometimes I'll do the salt. The egg.
Put the
egg,
salt in first.
Okay, so how much salt? Less than what you did?
Less than what
I
did.
So, okay, that's good. That's a good amount of salt. Okay, and now we're gonna pour some good fresh America. Okay.
In a can.
Let's see what we got here. I gotta give it a good slow
See
pour.
the foam?
Oh, it's foaming like crazy,
That's
dude.
the salt.
It's not just the beer?
Well, the beer, no, because this beer has not been shaken.
Or stirred.
Yeah, not stirred.
It's not on the rocks. Any of that other alcohol talk. Okay. All right. This is pretty. Mine's foamy, but I can live with it, dude. I can work through the foam.
Let's work through the foam.
Okay, that does work. I don't trust where my fingers have been, but let's see what we got here.
My fingers been in my body.
Yeah. Wow. As long as it's your body, you know. That tastes like finger.
You just let it sit.
Oh yeah.
Delicious.
Look, now I see the yolk in the bottom there.
It's all doing stuff. That's the salt.
Yeah, can you hold that up so we can really see the yolk in there? We bring it closer to there we go. Oh yeah, there's a yolk in there. This is no joke. Yeah. It's no yolk.
G-yolk.
It's no G-yolk?
Huck, huck, huck.
All right. So we're doing this now.
And then you gotta down it like a man.
Clinky, my friend.
Clinky.
But when I sold out for the money, I woke up. And when I'm alone, sometimes I toke up. I think about Matt and Dave and get choked up. It's a crime how they held me back. They know my voice was the power behind the tracks. And the fact of the matter is, them bitches can't even play. They're hanging off every word I say. And that's
Yeah. You got the beer mustache.
Yep. And now it feels like I had a meal.
Yeah, you sure did. You ate some raw chicken embryos.
It's the baby bird.
Well,
minus the semen.
Yeah, Delicious.
Delicious.
So, Matt Hill of Chillside Podcast, thank you so much for this wonderful
Yes.
a beersentation, if you will.
So you want an interesting breakfast?
I know I do.
Some salt, an egg, and a beer.
I'm going to show everybody it works.
And a can of America.
Yeah, that's the way you really put the cherry on the can.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, say, can you see?
We will call that a Chillside recipe.
Yeah, the Chillside recipe. I love it.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Fuck all your big ass stretch limos. Fuck all your big ass studios. And fuck all your motherfucking CEOs. Fuck your expensive clothes. I don't need $1 million to show what I can do. Cause I can shop at Walmart and rap better than you.
Yeah. So you want me to play a little something?
The guy with 2 first names.
So this is the first track on the new album. It's called Forgetting the Differences. Oh, where do we begin? Not speaking a word. The rain dances in our heads. I never understood the storm, but neither did she. It's not about you and me. What we learn together could break apart the sea. But our words sink to the bottom. The water rises to the top. Maybe we'll hear them tomorrow, if the storm will ever stop. So I am forgetting the differences we've had. Forgetting the differences we've had. Forgetting the differences we've had. Forgetting all of the differences we've had. The end of days is drawing near. I've never held you so close. I'll finally hear you, my dear. Then it's been worth it all. Yes, it's been worth it all along. It's been worth it all. Yes, it's been worth it all along. It's been worth it all. Yes, it's been worth it all along. So I am forgetting the differences we've had. Forgetting the differences we've had. Forgetting the differences we've had. Getting all of the differences we've had. Yeah. Thanks.
Wow, nice.
Thank you so much. That was great.
My pleasure. My
That was
pleasure.
awesome.
That was awesome, dude. That was really awesome. So, dude, thank you so much.
Oh man, thanks for having me. It was great to be here.
What do I do?
Well, the laughing, and make sure your head goes up, back and forth. Oh, wait, your neck. Well, try as best as you can with your neck problems.
What's wrong with the neck?
It's in pain.
What do you mean?
Your neck's been hurting for 2 days. I'm
Oh,
telling
right,
you to
right.
be careful.
So, laugh? Like...
Yeah. As much as you can handle. That's way good. Definitely.
I should start over. Well, let's do it. Here we go. I will never make anything beautiful. I will never be a part of anything beautiful. I will never be beautiful.
I'm feeling inadequate, acting like my dad a bit. Got a lot of bad habits, like all this world's inhabitants. I think I'm in love again. Push comes to shove again. The kid gloves are off and then I'm tired of my fucking friends. I'm trying so hard to act nonchalantly, airing out my dirty laundry, acting like Mahatma Gandhi in the moral quandary. I take the challenge fondly, no matter how shallow the pond be. How proud will my moms be? It's the 13th mile stretch, and it's Trent and Swansea. Between beauty and death, the dream absolutely made flesh. She seems to bloop me at best. I fiend for the good that I left, waiting for someone to shoot me to death. Could I really be this dumb? I got her blood on me. Is it enough to make her come? I got her love on me. How long before this fantasy goes numb?
I'm still ugly.
The reality is I should run. This is actually funny. I will never make something beautiful. I will never be a part of something beautiful. I will never be. It's Dr. Horrible. My obituary article says I smash atomic particles. Bitches suck on me like particles. The genuine article to get his rap charter full. A smarter dude to get a lawnmower starter pulled. You'd be hard pressed to find a harder dude. Plus I got a lot more heart than a lot of you. Yeah, a sincere lust. Get your girl's rear and bust. Fuck the fucking upper crust, but what he spits is butter trust. All you fucking motherfuckers gotta always wonder what's making a guy like him tick. What's his wanderlust? Like, hold up, I gotta take the bus. A rhyme maker plus someone who keeps taking drugs, saying nothing to the fuss, hanging out with my thugs, trying to be what I was. I couldn't even be what I was. I couldn't even be what I was. I need a couple hugs before I go nuts. Happy New Year's in a facade we trust. I couldn't even be what I was. I will never make anything beautiful. I will never be a part of anything beautiful. I will never be beautiful. I will never make anything beautiful. I will never be a part of anything beautiful. I will never be beautiful. I told you I was gonna fuck that up. That's my favorite line too.
Raven Strike. Hey, that's it.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
Bandcamp.com, baby. Go get them. Hell yeah, dude. It's on my back pages.
Oh, and that's my homie Darnell Il Omega doing all the production on my new projects. Go for the Gustos coming out this summer.
All right, nice. Dude.
Hey, this is Rick from Awesome Talk. Why not go grab yourself a beer, because we'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, thank you, Ray Ray Beats.
Yeah, buddy. Thanks, man.
There we go. You ready? You ready?
Oh, yeah.
Drugs in the dragoons, the daisies and the daffodils are blooming. Everything is blue, less human, more spiritual like a fear of riding bikes. My girlfriend left me, and that ain't right. Grip tight upon the microphone, it makes me feel less alone. And when I hold it to my chest, it works like a stethoscope. Yeah, I'm getting drunk because I'm upset. Blame it on the passing waves of natural disasters, everlasting days. I say swears, not prayers, cause the one I love is simply not there, and I care. Cascades of landscape change, handshake at the thought of caught up drowning in a lake. I'm a concrete brick, I'm high stakes with the lilacs and snakes. If they really cared about you, they would love you when you made mistakes. Face to face with amazing grace, laced in razor blades. Baby blood is in my mouth, you can have a taste, one kiss. Then I vanish like a drunken wish. Bandages don't heal the damage, they only cover it, one kiss. Then I'm under the abyss, I care a lot, but I act like I don't give a fucking shit. Hide abbreviations in the script, lie to people chasing dreams. Tell them you could be the same as me. Breaking free is easy, breaking back in is more appealing. Once I'm off the floor, touch the ceiling. Hide abbreviations in the script, lie to people chasing dreams. Tell them you could be the same as me. Breaking free is easy, breaking back in is more appealing. That's exactly how I'm feeling. Cold world spiral out of control. Contrasts start from a bath of light to a cavern dark. Battle-star vernacular, Tabitha's out of character, acting all promiscuous and shitting on commitments. Truth is in the chitlins, Rubik's Cube of women. Super glue the truth onto a buoy, send it swimming. Lend me a hand, my man, I need a ship of friends. We could drink beers from here to where the river bends. Sick of trends, on a mission to relive again. And when I die, I'll bridge the gap between our middlemen. Get offended, make amends, bathe naked in a lake. Bake a cake that says, fuck your birthday, stay up late. Play the games until your pay is taken. At least the booze is cheap and all this food to eat. And she's still rude to me, but I'm accustomed to it. I'm not a number, I'm a name with some trust issues. What's this fuse? Touching it, combust, misuse of the gift that I was given on that short bus. And when the Porsche comes to get me, I'll be chilling with my bling on, performing all my sing songs. Hide abbreviations in the script, lie to people chasing dreams. Tell them you could be the same as me. Breaking free is easy, breaking back in is more appealing. Once I'm off the floor, I'll touch the ceiling. Hide abbreviations in the script, lie to people chasing dreams. Tell them you could be the same as me. Breaking free is easy, breaking back in is more appealing. And that's exactly how I'm feeling, y'all.
Yeah, buddy.
Thanks, guys.
Right, dude.
You could just hit pause on that now.
That was fucking awesome. One more time.
Dude. Thank you, guys.
Dude, yeah, right.
Thank you for giving me the platform.
Thank you so much
man.
for being here tonight, man. That was fucking
dope.
brilliant, dude. Thank you so much, man.
So lately.
I'm not a fan.
God,
Oh,
wow.
I didn't say
Wow.
She's like an old woman now.
Really, he had weave last time I seen him. He had micro braids.
Here we go.
He had micro braids. Who does that?
We're back. We're live, everybody. We're live. Welcome back to the bar, folks. So, we're back from our first break. I think it's time for us to do a classic and most important around the bar, so that people who are tuned in at the moment know who's here and they know what we do. My name is Rick, and I'm your host.
I'm Matt. I'm just here.
Call me DJ Alien, MC, DJ, Nutbag, conspiratorial historian, and friends with these guys. Awesome talk. All right, who are you?
Who am I? Rob Marshy, historian, professor.
All right.
Rockstar.
Rockstar, yeah, that's it.
Felicia. No, I forgot. Felicia.
There you go.
There you go. That's what I just
This
think
is
that.
Soft Facts, diehard Giants fan.
All right.
Mentor.
Pat, that weird guy Nur on Facebook that you probably don't even know.
Right.
You have to tip your hat.
Like,
you have,
oh,
a,
he's that
you have
guy?
a thing.
Yeah.
You have a thing that you're supposed to tip the hat. There you go.
Alexis.
Sarah.
Oh, hey.
How you doing?
Stones, it's your turn.
Oh.
Pay
He's working.
attention.
He's working
Yeah,
over there.
no, he has to switch the camera to himself.
That's a hard button to press.
It's hard to find.
Well, anyway, welcome back to Austin Talk Season 11, Episode 4 on April 30th, 2019. So, I'm just going to jump into the next topic on our page. You guys are ready for this now? Wherever this goes, it goes. Prescribing fruits and veggies would save $100 billion in medical costs. You've seen this article floating around?
Pretty sure a lot of
No, but I'll take that shit.
What about vitamins?
I saw the headline, didn't want to read the article. I was too lazy.
I think it's the natural thing. We've moved far away from, again, it ties into a lot of what arguably what we're born to do, living off the land, knowing the land, growing fruits, vegetables, producing things, creating things, eating good. Now everything is, it's the supermarkets and fast food.
Yeah.
It wouldn't make any difference at all.
Well, it's a food industry.
You don't think health?
It's like run by
No,
sugar.
it wouldn't
It's
do
mostly
anything
sugar
at all
and
if
everything.
doctors
So-
prescribed it, because doctors
not a bad
right
idea.
now you can say that short of a literal prescription, the doctors are already doing that. No doctor is telling you go eat a bunch of McDonald's and you'll be better. They're already telling you eat these fruits, eat these vegetables. You're low in this, so eat
But
these
nobody
foods
does
and
it.
have and nobody does it. So if they have a prescription that says it, do you think they're gonna eat it?
I'll do it
unless they
because-
go to a pharmacy and the pharmacy's handing out bananas for
I'll take it.
nothing
It's a
under their
learned
insurance.
thing. In
They're
your
not gonna
home,
eat it.
in
That
your
would be interesting.
schools.
Fruit,
Yeah. It
like
would be
fruits and
interesting.
vegetables under insurance coverage.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I want it. Because, you know, so I don't go, you know.
Well, how about the
But-
cost of some of it? And then if you're talking organic, which is ridiculous what they'll charge for
Organic is a sham.
fruits and vegetables, is like
You know why it's a sham?
insanity.
Here's why organic is a sham. This is the fucking problem with it.
The
Because
amount of money you
when
need
somebody
is like
says
FDA approval.
when somebody
use
says
pesticides,
yeah, but here's the
still
problem
use
with that.
pesticides.
The problem with that. Here's what organic means. This is what we say it is.
Yeah.
You're paying us to give you what we say this is.
They
this
lobby
is
a
a pepper.
certificate.
It's just a pepper. It's not a pepper with pesticide and GMO and changed genetics and all kinds of shit.
They
No,
still use
organic is
pesticide.
and GMO.
Oh, right. Yeah, pesticides.
They
are
still
still
use
Organic
pesticides.
doesn't mean no
Just like
GMO.
different ones.
That's why you have to use the
Organic,
veggie wash.
Pesticides? I thought that was the whole freaking point.
No, it's not. It's not
No.
genetically shifted.
No. You can have GMO doesn't mean organic. Organic just means no pesticides. You farmed it
No,
kind of
that's
openly.
the opposite.
But
No.
it's
If I could just say
Not
one
anymore.
thing, right?
Yeah, it means no
Common
pesticide.
sense
It
in
doesn't mean no
right,
GMO.
is that with all the fast food restaurants in the country and regular restaurants, Outbacks, etc., ain't that many cows doing that much fucking. Where's all this beef and shit coming from?
I never
Artificially
happened. I never, ever, not once in my life
I know
ever
about the
happened upon a
organic
steer.
They take the
Bouncing
of
around.
the cow.
I've
All right,
never
what-
happened
what
upon
kind
a
of-
steer.
And what kind of
for real,
cow
like-
produces that much fucking meat, man? Right? Like
Steroids.
A big ass cow.
Pump them up.
We have those machines that
Yeah,
like, just
steroids.
basically make them do
You know
it.
what's funny about the whole thing?
What's going on?
How do they do it?
So
That growth hormone.
that's my choice to
That
promote
growth
more
hormone.
C-balls.
No, but you know what's crazy?
Wait, hold on.
Because, like,
Go ahead, what were you
type
saying?
of meat are we eating? Like, for
No, the
real,
growth
for real,
hormone
like,
that
ain't doing that
bodybuilders
much.
take was developed for cows originally.
Right.
Yeah, dude, they
and
can have a
figured out
chicken
that it
from
works for
chick to
people.
a muscle-bound nightmare in like 4 days.
Y'all didn't see that big ass a
I
couple
love
years
the
ago? That big ass chicken that just
This
walked
chicken
out.
just-
That was a half man.
Yeah.
Y'all didn't see that thing? That scared the hell out of me. What the hell is this
Came
half
out with a
chicken
spear,
man thing?
and
That's
Shield was
crazy.
like,
I was like, what the hell?
Dude, that's Wendy's. That's KFC. That's what that
Yes,
is.
that's
Yeah.
why it's
The
not
giant
KFC. It's
rooster
KFC,
one?
not chicken.
Yeah,
Yeah, that thing.
it's
You
like-
seen it with the human leg things?
Yeah.
It scared the hell out of me. It scared the hell out of me.
Coming out
Reminds
like
me
it
of,
was like a
It
white and red one.
It really reminds you how
Had, like, the
fragile
red-
life is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think
It
that's
was
like
like this big.
It's like an Asian breed or something. It's a weird.
It was a breed that existed 100 years ago that they bred for the leg meat. Right? They
Was
bred
it?
it for the leg meat. See, all of this stuff,
So it's
that's
got
why I don't
sweet
believe it.
thighs.
It has,
I don't know the
nice
history
calves.
behind it.
yeah,
but
because
know
I
the-
kind of Googled
like,
it because I
it's
thought it
over
was
there
real. I thought
somewhere.
it was fake. Right?
No,
So it was
yeah.
real.
Has big
a cock
knees.
with legs.
Have
Yeah.
you ever seen the cows in like
the big ass
They
cow.
jump like frogs.
somewhere in
Chicken calves. You got
Scandinavia?
those good chicken
They
calves.
bred cows to be like this bulking. They have like extra masses of muscle on their hindquarters and everything else. I forget what they're called. It's something with a B. But they're like huge, all
Big-ass
muscle.
cows?
It looks
Yeah.
like they're on steroids.
Yeah,
They've been bred
They're
that
just
way.
muscles. They look
Yeah.
like cartoon bowls.
Yeah, yeah.
See, so that's when you go
It
to
took
the
hundreds of
organic
years
and
to
all
do
this
that.
stuff. They've been doing this shit. There's nothing organic. Everything is fake.
Well, yeah.
From the carrots, you got some organic carrots. The carrots
All
are
right,
orange.
hold on.
Those are fake.
It might even be Germany. I think
What
like
else?
Germany
Dogs.
they have those.
Yeah.
They weren't in the wild like that. That's like
Hell no.
years.
Trust me,
Like,
these stupid
can
motherfucking
only
cats
have
wouldn't
sex with
wouldn't
them.
live
You really
one
think
day
that-
in the wild.
There were like just giant herds of pugs just ravenously just hunting down.
Just
Rampant
fucking shit up
evil
out
ass-
there.
Yeah, just grunting and eating wild game. Like,
You know what?
like-
What about wild hamsters and guinea pigs and stuff?
Well, there
Have you
are
ever
wild
thought about
guinea
that?
pigs.
They
Have you
were.
ever thought
And they
about
were
that?
really
Ever
big. They
ever
were
bothered
really
to think about
big.
it?
They're big.
We
They're
bred
like
them
this.
small.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah,
they're
but
big.
where?
Like, we domesticated then burn down
think
his
it's
size.
Australia.
They're here.
Wait, what's-
Like we made this shit up and threw
They
some
don't
things
call
out.
it a guinea pig, but there's an animal like in the
That
wild
sounds
in
kinda
Australia.
racist.
It's like this big. It's a guinea pig.
It wasn't around here though.
Well,
Probably
no,
not in
no.
America.
You know what's crazy
But
though
you
is
see
that
all these
talk
deers.
about
Have
all
you
of
seen
these
the deers
things,
lately?
Right.
All the shit comes up. You make
They
a
have nowhere
comment
to go
about it.
now.
You bring up history. You bring up politics. You bring up all the social issues. You bring up all the shit going on with the food, and you compartmentalize it, right? Because we're in a generation where there's like the literacy rate is ridiculous. The information age did not go the way we planned it. We introduced the internet to people and we're like, there's information.
And they went, oh, 90% porn.
Cool.
Here's
Cat
porn.
videos. Let me watch this bullshit. Right? And then we became a nation of self-absorbed people. But the notion of not understanding like just basic concepts. If somebody came in here and just watched the show, right? For the last hour, I sat back and I was just like, and I've been on the show a million fucking times, and I complimented him for having the people that come on because they're smart. And the issue is, there's such a level of intelligence. Well, when you start arguing about things, you start bringing things to people's attention, or you just say, like, the people I've shared this panel with most of the time, you look at them and you go, you know, we get it, but who gets it? Like, you make comments, and anybody watching this shit just tuned in. Like, let's say they turn on this shit cold turkey, never seen the show before. We sound like a bunch of conspiracy theorists, crazy ass motherfuckers.
Yeah, that's what fucking sucks, dude.
But the passion, right? Listen,
We got a good vocabulary.
no, but that's, but that's a vocabulary that like 80% of the population can't fucking even understand what you're talking about.
But
right,
they
man?
need to know that.
But listen to the things that come out of people's mouths, right? The things that you're saying that you think people understand what the fuck is going on.
Right.
The metaphor that you make about what's going on. The shit Tony's talking about, right? Like, passionate, angry. Everybody's like, damn, man. And for like a good 20 minutes, I was overwhelmed. I sat there and I was like, I don't even know what to say right now. And I'm always talkative on this show.
I did notice you didn't like say a word the whole time.
Oh, here's the issue with that, right? Like, you're talking about Romans, you're talking about the early colony. Like, that's what I do for a living. 15 years of my life, that's all I do. And then another 15 years of teaching. I've been in this shit for a long fucking time. I mean, that would make me
mature.
8. That would make me
Now,
8.
I'm sitting here
right?
like
So,
you're really old if you're teaching for 30 years.
So I've been in education for 15 years, right? And I went to college for a decent amount of the time while I was teaching. So as you learn this shit, and I'm telling you from first-hand experience, the conversation we're having is how I teach. And you sit there and you go, did you ever think about this? And you talk to a normal 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old. Some of them are like,
yeah,
I get it, right? There's no politics involved. This is what fucking happened. Like, and if you just sit back and stop reading a textbook or stop reading whatever's fed to you and you just listen and go, this is what happened. Do with it what you might, but this is what happened. This is the reality behind the shit. This is how the world works. These are the things that take place. When people go, shit, this motherfucker's out of his mind, or he's paranoid, or he's got delusions of grandeur, or whatever it may be.
I don't doubt Tony's intelligence at all.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, the points that are made over the course of time by anybody on this panel at any point in time, if you just tuned in, it would be like, I don't want to listen to this crazy shit. This is some Alex Jones shit, or some like some podcast that got some crazy like anti-governmental mission behind it all, or you're flaming fucking liberals, or whatever this might be. It's like, no. First of all, it has nothing to do with politics.
Yeah.
If you just lived through it, been involved in it, or understood what is going on, doesn't make you crazy, doesn't make you anti-governmental, doesn't even make you judgmental of the shit that's going on. You're just aware.
Yeah.
And as you're aware, you can comment on it. If there were more people in this world that were aware and intellectually commented on things, we would have such a better world, because people would be like, listen, if you talked about it, maybe I don't see your point of view. Maybe I don't agree with your religion. Maybe I don't agree with your politics, whatever it may be. But the day you can sit here and sit at a table and go, you're wrong, and not have somebody jump across the motherfucking table or be an asshole about it and just go, tell me how I'm wrong. Explain it to me so that I can rebuttal your argument.
Well, that's
there's
what
not
we
a
did
fucking
last
thing,
show.
but there's
We
not a
basically
fucking
said
thing I've ever
everybody
heard here where I'm
argues.
like, you're wrong.
Right,
Like,
but that's what it is.
you got a
Everybody
good-ass
has
point.
to. They feel their point's right. That's
But
it.
why
I
else
hear
would
what
you
you say.
argue
I'm
it?
right, and that's what it is now.
But why else would you argue anything if you don't feel you're right? And I'm going to just tell you, he was talking about being
You have
aware.
to argue
right?
with the openness that maybe you're wrong.
Yeah.
True enough.
Or at the very least with the openness that
And
maybe you're going to change
So I
your
want to
mind.
say this funny thing. So kind of reading, and my just said you're only accountable for what you know, right? Right, you're only accountable for what you know. That's pretty much
that's
what you
scary,
said.
man.
So let me tell you. I stopped fucking reading after that. So I wasn't on any more shit. I'm fucking done. I think I know enough. If I had known, I wouldn't have read this shit before.
Because it only verifies what you thought before that. You're like, I knew it.
It was already, because I felt all this stuff is just verification of stuff that I already internally knew in the first place. So I'm just like, God damn. And then even after I stopped, right? Because I used to go crazy over just consuming stuff. Shit just falls in my fucking lap. Like, I'm like, damn. Like, why did I have to see that?
Yeah.
Like, I'll catch something out the side of my eye and connect the dots.
Well, now that
right?
you-
And I'm like, oh, fucking hell. Right?
Once that door's open a little, you perceive things differently, so you're picking up on those things.
Yes.
And now you're no longer part of the masses. Now you're some sort of conspiracy theorist, elitist, or some shit.
Because ignorance is
you
really
connected
blissful.
some dots.
Ignorance is really blissful.
If you just go,
really is. Like the hell.
We're
There you
good.
go.
I go about my business. I go to work. I don't give a shit about nothing, right? When you learn things, when people educate you on, that's why people are so quick to be in denial. If you go, yo, I understand what you think it's a conspiracy theory, right? You think it's some crazy shit. I'm going to tell you what's up. Here's the statistics. Here are the financial documents. Here's the
Not
truth.
enough.
And you show it to people, and you're like, listen, I'm not asking you for you to believe what I'm saying. I'm asking you to look right at the print with the numbers and the facts. And at the end of the day, I want you to stand in front of me and go, yeah, but you know, and you're like, hold on a second. I'm going to drink this beer, do 9 shots, hit some drugs, because you're like,
That's why
I
America
can't
is
believe
behaving
what
it
the
is.
fuck it is you think really is going on here. Like,
What they need
it's
to
not
know
a
what's
matter of
going
being
on.
angry about nothing, man. It's just a matter of realizing what the fuck is going on.
People don't want to say that they are wrong about something, even if you give them statistics and like I have a lot of experience with one particular subject matter regarding that exact thing, which is I used to do a lot of anti-death penalty stuff. And there's like a list of facts that people will throw at you every time there's anything death penalty related. And the number one thing that people say is I don't feel like my taxes should have to pay for one of those fucking people to live their whole life out. And you always go back and say it costs more money to put someone to death than to keep them in prison forever until they die.
Most prisons are privatized now anyway.
And once they say like, well, you know, whatever that it's fair, whatever it's not. It's a racist system for one thing. It has to do with how much money the person has that's being accused of whatever. It's completely unjust. If you can call legalized killing just in any way. But no matter what they put out that's wrong, and you come back with the literal actual numbers and percentages and statistics, it doesn't change their mind because those things just sound good.
Yeah.
When the truth is that there's like an underlying current of bloodthirstiness. It's just a new form of gladiators. Like we need to get that out somehow. And it's always the people in prison that take their voting rights away. We can all gather around and agree to kill that guy because the hierarchy says he's worse than me at least.
The hierarchy that everybody.
But the point is, it's way more money to keep someone in prison for the rest of their life. So if that's your argument, then don't that's not a good argument because it's wrong.
Terrible.
They
But
get
people
violent
will still
after that.
fight it.
Well, think about the population of people that
Prisons don't care about how you think though, because they're making money off of every prisoner in the system.
Dude, private prisons is legalized slavery, dude.
Exactly.
We have, like,
A judge just went to jail for selling black teenagers to prisons. For 28 years he went to jail.
Highest locked up rate of all the countries.
Like this is crazy shit going on. This is
One at a time,
legal
folks.
slavery.
Everybody's picking up everything we're saying. Go ahead. What do you say?
No, that judge that just went to jail for 28 years
for
selling black teenagers to prisons.
Yeah.
We were just talking about that literally before we came here. We were sitting in a restaurant.
Yeah, targeted motherfuckers.
Like we're talking about
crazy.
Monmouth County. Monmouth County prison system is almost 80% minority, right? Black and brown. But we're only 7% of the population. That is mathematically impossible. Like impossible. We're literally 7% of the population, right?
I know. Milo Yiannopoulos used to put out his statistics about Black Lives Matter and shit, and I used to go, dude, your statistics are skewed because you're not taking into account how many people of color take up the certain percentage of the population, which horrifically skews what the points you're fucking making.
But you can do numbers with anything.
Yeah, but the thing about him that sucks is he's smart as fuck, and he does get a lot of things right. So when he does shit like that, it's harder to go against him because so many people are going, well, he's right about this, he's right about this, he's right about this. And then you go, dude, and he's one of those guys, he's like a fucking, he's like one of those underground missiles.
Dude, that's
He's
what all
just you know what I mean?
psychos do. Like, Bill O'Reilly,
Exactly.
Bill O'Reilly will start some long racist garbage, but he always starts it off with something everyone agrees on. He'll be like, pedophiles
Glenn Beck
are
does that
garbage.
too. Glenn Beck's like,
Alex Jones too.
Of course pedophiles
They all do
are
that.
garbage.
It's
And then all
the
of a sudden
formula.
he's all
It's a
racist.
formula.
Damn, I was
They're
on
playing
board
to
at
their
the beginning.
audience. They're making
Glenn
money
Beck
off
will be
these
like,
people.
hurting people is wrong. And I'm like, I agree
Same
with
thing
you.
religion
That's
does.
wrong.
It's the same
And he'll
thing
be like,
everybody does.
raping people is wrong. I'm
preying
like,
on their
I
people.
agree with you. That's wrong. I'm on board. What else do you have to say? And then he just goes off in some other direction. Where you're like, how many other people are just still holding on to this roller coaster that I let go of?
I listened to this radio show. I don't know who the hell these people are, but they have Bill Riley on, and I guess they used to be on Amos or whatever, or something. And I'm like, the shit that they're saying, I find it hilarious. Like, I'm sitting here like people are calling in like, yeah. And I was like, these people are fucking idiots. Because they're just lying. They're just lying. When like a full lie. Like just a whole like lie. And I'm sitting there and they like just changed it. And I'm like, this is, like, that is not true. And people read, like, how can you go on really and say this shit? Like, and be honest. Like, what kind of heart? You are a soulless entity because you're just saying this shit and then you just go home and it's okay. It's just radio. No, like you just living your life. What do your kids? What do your wife say to you? You lay next to this motherfucker? You know he's lying. You have kids. How do they go to school? Because I will whoop your kids and I don't even fight. But I will punch the daughter in the face because your father is terrible. So you must be an offspring of this wickedness. So I just don't get it. And they're just like the highest rank and they're so pro-Trump and they had Newt Gingrich on this morning and he was talking about his conspiracy
Is he still
book
alive?
and he's like, and he didn't crack out, like he just kept the pills and he's on the the medication. He's talking about his new book, Conspiracy Conclusion, and he said, Trump didn't conclude, right? But there is conclusion going on. There's a senator pure bought out, but Trump's fine, but the rest of everybody else is crooked. Look. You had the problems. So when you're in the midst of your thing, you are for sale for everybody. You are for sale for everybody. You're still for sale.
Yeah.
So they're concluding with Russia, and they're the big, but you're okay. When Newt Gingrich is the okay one in the whole picture, we have a really everything is just
weird.
really
That's weird.
It's really just wrong.
It doesn't feel right.
It just not at all.
Doesn't feel right.
Not at all. But you know what? Hey, he's human, so
he might be okay.
He could come in, maybe. He's right sometimes.
It could happen. People change.
You ain't wrong.
Huh?
You ain't wrong.
Hey, maybe.
Hopefully.
But
Fucked up ass world.
But then what do? We live.
I mean, what are you supposed to do?
Right.
You're supposed to act during the elections. You're supposed to make the election happen. And nobody should lose faith in the election system. The problem is when you got the infiltration of boosters and you got the infiltration of special interest groups and you got super PACs, you got all that shit. Like you want to run for politics, local politics, no big deal. Like you want to run for local politics.
That's a whole lie.
You can get right because it all comes down to what businesses and what the schools want and all that shit, taxpayer dollars, whatever. but you could be corrupt as fuck. And when you get to Congress, it's like, yeah, you want to be a congressman, you want to be a senator, you want to try to run for president. You got to donate money or have money put towards your campaign. Right. Now, how the fuck am I supposed to run for president?
You can't tell your kids
50
you
states.
be president. Don't lie to your
Right?
kids.
I'm supposed to visit 50 states. I'm supposed to be on
Right.
television.
You can't.
I'm supposed to get
You gotta go
newspaper,
to Yale or Harvard.
all that shit. I got to get all of that shit.
Yeah.
And I'm supposed to do it on my own fucking dime? What am I going to put a credit card down and be like, fly me to Alaska, fly me to Hawaii, fly me to Wyoming. Sure. And you know, while I'm there, let me visit 9 places and be like, hey, just so you know, I'm Rob Martian.
Yeah.
I want to be your president. Right? Like,
But-
I was supposed to do that
Like,
with
I
what?
like that guy.
With no fucking credit? With a credit card and be like, just so you know,
Did you ever see
I'm
Doug
not taking
Stanhope?
money from
The
anybody.
comedian Doug
I wanna tell
Stanhope
you
ran
local-
for president about 10 years ago, whatever the fuck that election that was, and he did it just to prove a point.
But look at the dude.
And he was like, if
Look
you
at
don't
the
have a
dude.
minimum of $1 million, you don't have
So,
a prayer.
let's tell you
Look at
about-
the dude. My
about
man's a
crazy,
failed
man.
real estate fucking person, right? A failed fucking
Yeah, I was like,
businessman.
the people who voted
Went
for
out
him
and was
is really
like, you
sad.
know what? I'll take a private jet,
Oh,
state
man.
to state. I'll go talk to people and be like, just so you know, bang, I'm gonna give you what we want.
What
And
a
when you
racket,
say,
dude.
like, people are like minimally fucking intelligent. We're like, oh yeah, I'll take that shit.
Cool.
You can sell that shit.
So-
Went to the motherfucking church and was like, 2 Corinthians.
Yeah.
You what? That's it. Like you fucked up. You already misspoke. But you got a whole populace to be like, sounds like he knows the shit. Sounds like gonna be all right. And when you're saying that shit and you realize, if anything, I don't give a fuck whether you support the president, you don't support the president. If you can look at a person and be like, that's the person I want running the country. If you don't know how to recap, listen, if you wouldn't marry that motherfucker or you wouldn't date that person or want them in your family,
One is, you know,
that's it.
spray painted
Dude, bang, bang, bang.
My
That's
point
it.
is this: the
if I wouldn't
president,
spend a minute having a
if
beer
I had
with
a
you,
kid,
we're done. That's it.
If I had a kid, I would hope that I'd want my kid to be like the president, at least in some ways. And when it comes to Trump, there's no fucking possible way that I would ever want that.
But it's not limited to just Trump.
No.
Well,
It's
they advertise
politicians
these
across the
We don't know
board
them.
where you're like,
Trump
So-
would be the
shit.
example.
Right, because he runs shit.
But you don't want to use that as the example.
No,
because
no.
immediately you alienate yourself. If
Right.
you go, that guy is the reason why, you go, that guy's just
Exactly, but he's
anti-Trump. He
saying
doesn't
that,
think
like-
like.
Yeah,
and that's
right.
the problem with
Saying,
America.
be like the president.
You're
used
either
to be
here
a good
or you're
thing.
here, and that's it.
But,
Now,
but everything gets a
Bullshit.
fucking
I could be
minimizing,
here.
like
I'm
a
big,
label.
so I'm everywhere.
Any label, any label minimizes your point, and it minimizes your level of intelligence. It's like if you support Bernie Sanders, they call you a Bernie bro.
Or socialist.
Immediately, that makes other people
gonna say,
around go,
this might be mad at
communism.
me, but I'm gonna say it. I'm not a Bernie fan, and even though I voted for him in the primaries, right?
Doesn't matter. Your vote didn't count.
Right?
Yeah.
The
Right,
DNC
but
was
but
like,
either
nope.
way, I'm like, when you gonna blow up shit, blow up somebody else's shit. Blow up, don't blow. But my views is red or blue, they're the same goddamn people, right? So it's the same. They jump back and forth, but I just don't like the way he did it. Right? It was Trump ain't have to say shit.
They did him dirty.
Right?
Yeah, but
He didn't have to-
they fucked Bernie.
They fuck,
man.
but you don't
They
say
did him
fuck
dirty.
everybody else. What he should have been doing in the midst of it, because I had a friend of mine, Ananya, who went to work for him in Vancouver, right? What you should have been doing is, in the midst of this bullshit, in the midst of the shit, you educate, right? There was a whole truckload of people who were so jaded because they ain't say, see, this is the shit that's going on. Right, the system is bullshit. We're about to explode it.
So
but
he
this is what
should
we
have
have
come out
to
and
do.
said, "Hey, I'm getting fucked by the DNC for real." Is that what you're
He
saying?
should have. He did say that, but
But he
but
didn't say it when
in the
it
midst,
mattered.
he didn't. He should
Yeah.
have said no. He said it the whole time. They vicious. But what he didn't say to his people is this shit. This system is fucked. Right. So what we have to do is explode it and build it up as we go. Right, and what it is that you're not my enemy, right? We just have just like he said, we have difference of opinions, right? And I can take you there.
Do you think he's doing that now?
I think now.
I thought
look,
I thought the Fox News town hall that he did was pretty interesting.
Let me tell you about it. So I just seen Bernie,
like that.
right?
Yeah.
I just seen Bernie too.
like
So this
that.
is the funny part, and I'm probably gonna get killed for this. I got pictures of that too.
No.
So sitting next to Miss Turner, right, when she was there, because you know it's a room full of black people, so you had to Miss Turner, she's fucking phenomenal, right? When she did her backbone speech, if you look to the side, I'm standing in the corner, right? Literally, I'm standing in the corner next to her, right? And so she's sitting there, and he's talking. She's like the eyes just go. Like really, like you can't see my eyes a little, but they just went like she's like, cause he's and I'm just like, Bernie, come on, wheel it in, right? Just wheel it in. She's like, I know. She's thinking to herself, I told you, don't say that shit, right? Like I told you, that's not where we're supposed to go. So I'm saying those people, not the Bernies, right? He might be a really nice person, right?
But do you think that
it's the people behind them. It's not about age.
Old people.
Sometimes
Nancy Pelosi is older than Bernie Sanders,
right?
2 years older
I
than
think
Biden.
she should go
So then
too.
she's
But
old
see,
too.
I'm
Joe
also
Biden is the same age.
That's why there's a vice president.
Old too.
But some of the like Omar and I forgot her name too, right? I think they need to get some check too, because in the midst, there's nobody in there saying, okay, this is a structure. First, when you play these games, you have to know all the rules. This is the genius of Obama that people will find out later, right? You have to know the rules to the game. People go by constant order, like tradition, right? They never really know the real rules that are written on paper. So they know what the standard practice is. So they try to do the standard practice. They never learn the rules. Once you know the rules, you know when you can step in, when you can step out, when you can step up, when you can step back. You know all those things.
So Bernie's breaking those rules.
No, he's playing by the exact rules, and
so
that's what I'm noticing. That's what I'm noticing. Is that he's playing by the same rules.
We're just talking about the next election and
Yeah, but can I say something?
insane.
But
to
this
me.
You need
time
somebody
around,
that burn it and then
so
break
him,
it,
so
bust
him
it
doing the
open.
Fox News thing is him following the rules in a weird way.
Yeah, they're all playing by the same rules. It's just it's popular to say over here. Like if you go to a Bernie, rally, you're like, okay, these are kind of stuff.
But you know he's the right guy for the job, though, probably.
I'm telling you.
Because listen, man, if he doesn't play by the rules this time, he can't win.
No, I'm going to tell you. No.
Isn't that a bigger fucking problem?
This is why are we talking about
time?
But he didn't win because the cheaters win.
That's the point. The end game is the DNC is a corporation and it's privately owned, and they decide who they want there.
Yes.
And it doesn't matter who votes for who.
So
if the entity itself says, "Sorry,
the entity wins.
We want this person."
So what's
and
the answer to
they
that?
were like bankrupt or close, and Hillary Clinton fucking bailed them out, and that's the end of the story.
So
they owed her a lot of money,
and
so she
and in
got
that
a
note,
nomination.
that's true. You can do whatever you want in your corporation. The answer to that, and where Bernie would have got and still had my respect, he said, you know what? If he did a Ross fucking Perot, if he did a Ross
Wait,
fucking
pull some
Perot,
charts out?
right, and did his own shit, and went all the way because he raised enough money.
Yeah.
Right? He could have said, forget this. Because in the little grant pages, right, in the little like grant.govs and stuff, there was like federal funding to develop a third party system. Right? Like the government is looking for them to reach out and make other than, the two.
Yeah.
So,
Well, last election, they said that if the Green Party gets 4%, they're going to be on the ticket next year.
Come on. So knowing that, what it is if you're going to buck them up, first know the system, and if you're going to bucket, really bucket, right? And then you go to talk about campaigns. I ran my last city campaign with $300-something, and at the end I still had $200, right? I took everybody out to dinner, right? All right. So, but compared to, and this is a little local city, they raised over like $100,000. They raised like 60,000-70,000 before anybody. I decided to run literally like a week before you had to put your ballot in, which was like 2 months before you had to, before the election. So I like literally ran out, got my signatures in a weekend. Right? A lot of people, it's kind of easy to get to 100, right? But when you typed it, I typed it, I went down the whole thing because I knew how they're kicking people off. I printed it out, I typed out the name so you can't be like, I don't know who that person is. No, I typed it out, checked it on the thing, right? I knew the system. So when I showed up with a binder with a note from the Attorney General, what is a real signature, what's considered a valid signature, a printout of all their names that were on the thing. That's just the first 100, and I passed the binder because I don't want to hear any excuse. I just slid the binder. It's like, oh, do you need? No, keep it. Right? Keep it. Right? The binder's for you. I have a copy for myself. Right? So knowing the system and then knowing where to fucking shake the shit. Because the real truth is,
there's no way out.
Sarah, you should serve in some office some kind of way. You should be the person making decisions. Right? You should be the person making decisions. We should be the
on
people
a local level, I definitely have more
decisions.
faith
That's a good idea because then they have no excuses.
There's no excuses.
They have no excuses because
everything
they
is
know
local.
that you
What
know.
kind of impact can we have? I mean, I don't want to
All right.
sound like defeated.
We're gonna make
But
a pact here.
yes,
We're gonna
that's where
run
it all
shit
is.
next year.
Come on, right? There's all kinds of races and committees that you don't necessarily have to run in appointments because these people, the freeholders, been in this seat for fucking forever, like decades.
Get off our phones and get in the fucking game.
Right? That's right. That's it. That's it.
Why you like send me
But that's some real shit. Like, are you willing to die? Oh, I'm a revolutionary. Yeah, so am I. When I write my
microphone ready to,
or when
just so you know,
defy the
people
system
be
in some small
I don't
way.
Yeah, but you know what?
Am I the person who can
be talking shit?
People are afraid to even talk about it. If you're able to talk
Hold
about
on.
it,
and can I get others?
I do.
you're already ahead of the game.
We got to cut to the second break soon. Let's do a quick around the bar. Anything anybody wants to say before we cut to the second break? Matt, go.
Game of Thrones is awesome. You should watch it.
He doesn't watch it. He doesn't watch it. Torture him. Torture him. How did you feel about not being able to see the build up?
That's what I hear.
That's more of a joke. I just want the internet to torture.
I've never seen.
That's it.
I'm one of those people. I'm the guy in the
Where
crew
am
who
I
has not
sitting
seen
right
Game of
now?
Thrones or Breaking
you
Bad,
kidding me?
but
I've never
I love
seen Breaking
Vikings
Bad.
on history. I'm all about the Vikings.
Vikings are cool, man.
Series.
So,
And that's what's up.
1 hour and 20 minutes of Game of Thrones beat 3 hours of the fucking Endgame fucking Marvel movie.
Shit. Well, I'm a
Bang.
Cobra
I wanna
Kai
tell you-
fan. That's where I am right now. So.
I just watched the whole season of
Empire.
Little
Cobra
Women of
Kai.
Sweep the leg.
Wait, what'd you say?
Sweep the leg.
I just watched the whole season of Little Women of Atlanta. It is awesome.
Good for you. Good for you.
A whole season?
Good for
The
you.
whole season, because I can't watch things in just individual episodes.
binge watched it.
So I just watched watched it for the last, let's say, 2 days. It's been on a loop in my bedroom.
So we're gonna cut to our second break. What do you want to say for
Rocky season 2's coming out tonight.
He said,
Put the guns down, get you a drink, rub on your girl's butt.
That's good advice.
Those are gonna cut the second break. Let me have this one.
That's the best thing said all night.
put the guns down.
We'll be back in 20 minutes. And when we come back, Felicia, you're gonna do your poetry, right?
Oh, I am?
Oh, fuck yeah, you are.
Right. Leave the guns, bring the colonel in.
I'm out of water.
Do you have a preference? Like,
You gotta see how I'm gonna carry it.
I'm not even caring. I have no eyes.
You gotta be high. I'm up here. So I'm
You're listening to us. And the face.
I want to put a new story out there. Buzz might have left his poop on the moon.
Buzz Aldrin.
That's what I say. Who gives a shit? Right,
He
Buzz
did.
Aldrin,
He
right?
gave a shit.
He left the shit is what he did.
Yeah, he left. Yeah.
He gave a shit to the moon.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But let me just tell you something. There's something about an article like this
yeah, I
that
was about to
bothers
say,
me.
yeah. I got questions too. Go ahead.
There are so many important things that come from going to the moon that this article had to point out, hey, there might be a shit up there.
Okay.
Now, I wonder how the shit holds up in space. I wonder if it freezes. Is it more preserved? Is there sort of a crushing sort of feeling? Sarah, you're
There's
in.
no crushing.
There's no shit crushing going on
There's
in the
no
moon.
reason why there would be.
I don't know. I mean,
Well, I don't think he just like let it it's not like
Roll
floating
down his
around.
leg or something or whatever.
Yeah,
Kick it out
exactly.
of
Like
you.
it's not bouncing around up
I
there.
would love to take my pencil
You
from the
see
moon.
like this fucking flag then floating right by.
Yeah, there's just a turd floating by.
No, so let's think about this. I mean,
Sure, let's do it.
Go into the conspiracy of the whole thing.
Sure.
I mean, people always talking about the moon landing is fake and all kind of
Was
shit.
it?
Yeah, but did you see that shit flying around? Who put that there?
But that's the thing, though. So,
Right,
like,
it's a
okay,
space
you
shit.
mean to tell me that he got this vacuum sealed suit on to preserve his fucking life force and shit,
Sure,
keep all
sure.
the air in his body,
Right.
contained in this goddamn suit,
Right.
And he was somehow able
right.
to unzip his ass flap and drop a turd on the motherfucking moon.
Well, maybe his butthole was sort of vacuum sealed, so it was just asshole first. But I got to tell you, I would laugh my balls off if I were on the moon and I had the opportunity to drop the ass flap down and just take a dump and just watch it float around, float around the moon.
It is like
I don't think it's just a free range piece of shit.
You think he had like diarrhea? So it's just like
No.
brown liquid.
No, I don't think he was exposed at all.
I just shit in a bag and let it out then, man, just for the fuck of it. Just to say my turd is going to float around here
Yeah.
long after I'm
That
dead.
really stupid idea would have cost like $100,000.
Oh, so you think it's premeditated? He was inside the ship.
He
and
had that with him before he took
Yeah.
off from Earth.
Exactly. So like he pooped in a bag.
Right.
You know, zero gravity in space. I wonder how that would work. Because like, all right, you have gravity here on Earth to pull the shit out your ass when you're
Sure.
sitting on the toilet.
Well,
if you're
yeah.
shitting in zero gravity, I mean, is it fighting against you? Is it trying to push the turd back in your ass? You know what I'm saying? So I mean,
just gotta feel
there's
like
so many variables here.
I wonder how the shit feels coming out in zero gravity.
Because like I'm pretty sure it's like trying to wiggle to the left, wiggle to the right.
Right, sort of yanking up. It's sort of yanking up because your shit's trying to float away, so your butthole's getting sort of pulled in a way that it's never been pulled
It's not
before.
getting pulled at all, but you'd feel it against your ass as it floated up. It'd be like if you were shitting in water.
I don't know.
I've never shit in the water before.
I bet you have.
I have reservations about that because, like, I mean, your butt is a vacuum. Because, like, you push the turd
butt's a
out,
vacuum.
and then you know it kind of pucker back up, and it's going to pull water in.
Right,
with you
right,
too.
right.
So I don't even know how that's connected down
Oh
there.
my god! I never even thought about the last moment that the tip of the shit leaves and then your butthole sucks back up.
Yeah.
Right. So you're gonna be sucking in
chlorine,
right
water.
Well, I was thinking of space, so you're pulling in sort of anti-oxygen. What's in space?
Antioxygen.
Like would it just be easy for
Yeah,
your
it's just like,
intestines
I don't want you to breathe.
like would your butthole just sort of be sucked out into space?
Yeah,
would
like-
you die asshole first?
Like the pink sock. Just,
You wish.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. You just truncated anus just pulled out into the vacuum of space. What do you mean? I wish? What the hell does that fucking mean? I'm not. I don't wish for it. I am legitimately scientifically curious about what happens if I pull my bare asshole out in the vacuum of space and take a shit. Is it just gonna pull everything out with it?
I don't know. I hope. I'm not trying it. So
I'll tell you. She knows.
you know, I can see it in your eyes.
Yeah.
Your glasses tell me all that I need to know.
If you were in a ship in the middle of space
Sure.
and then like a hole got punctured in the side of your ship,
Right.
and you were like had your ass cheeks open,
Right. Which I often do.
it would suck you. Well, depending on the way you were pointing, it could suck you ass first through the hole,
Okay.
or at least close.
Like
But-
on Alien Resurrection.
Right. Right.
But like,
Which
you'd have
was
to be
reenacted
really
in-
aimed in the direction to make it really pinpoint accurate.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So like Alien Resurrection, which was reenacted in Avengers Infinity War.
Right.
Exactly. I got it. You punch a hole and just get.
And you just pulled out of your own asshole. You're turned wrong side out
Yes.
out of your own asshole.
Yes.
Is basically what it
Yeah,
is.
it's like pulling
Or
the sock
right
off.
side in.
Where do your bones go in that case?
Just wherever.
They would just be released. They'd all separate.
I know your muscle hold all that together though.
That's what I'm saying. Right. So your muscles and
You'll be looking like one of them wacky inflatable arm flailing tube men.
That's right. With a turd floating around your head.
Because you created your own gravity.
Right. Let's
There's just a guy that photoshops shit at NASA. He just puts a shit in every space picture.
He's like, hey guys, I made it look like Buzz took a shit in the moon. Let's put it on the internet.
Let's see how far we can take this.
Yeah, see how far we could take this.
That flat Earth thing really went crazy after a while.
I know. I mean, it's the climate that we live in. I mean, if it pops up on the internet, this might be some truth to it. I
There's
guess
definitely going to be a group supporting it. That's for sure.
Flat that Earth.
You know, the flat Earthers have really shown us what the internet is really capable of. I think, though.
I mean, but at this point, I mean, we've been around for millennia,
right?
Or whatever. Do it fucking matter if it's round or flat? I mean, I'm surviving. I'm living in this bitch.
But
right?
like, if it didn't matter, then you wouldn't have been able to get here. Your GPS wouldn't work. Your phone, your cell phones wouldn't work.
You talking about on that kind of level?
Yeah, right.
It's like Trump. I mean, it doesn't affect me in my day to day, so I don't give a fuck about it.
Right. Right.
I mean,
So
I'm not leaning off to one side and I'm just going off into the abyss of space with turds and shit.
We should be though.
That's what the space junk really is. It's just big shits from astronauts floating around. But dude, I'll tell you what though, if you are in the vacuum of space and a big turd fucking swings around the Earth and hits you between the eyes, it's gonna cleave your head in twain.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
That's for sure.
It's a way to go out.
Charmin now selling a roll of toilet paper that can last up to a month, since we're on the subject.
Yeah, but those are just the toilet that's basically the rolls that you see when you go to use a public restroom.
Yeah, I wonder what ply it is.
It's probably a half a ply.
Right, yeah. So
it's that crappy paper that you see when you go to the grocery store bathroom.
Right.
It's like a 70-pound roll.
Yeah, you go to wipe your ass and instead what you end up with is a bunch of ripped paper and fingertips covered in shit.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at this right now and I would not like to apply that to my ass.
Hey-yo! I wouldn't like, no way, dude. And then, by the way, this is all subjective anyway. Who the fuck are you to tell me how long a toilet paper fucking roll is going to last? I buy these fucking toilet paper rolls, like, oh, this is going to last a week. I'm like, yeah, we'll see about that.
Mm-hmm. I go to Costco and buy in bulk.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Which, by the way, I didn't learn about Costco until the watch with Ben Stiller and all them, and moving to Texas to where they have a plentiful amount of Costco's.
Okay, all right.
Also, another thing I didn't know about was a grocery chain called H-E-B, which is delightful. Matter of fact, I went there yesterday, and this is like
I've never heard of that one.
Yeah.
Yes, which is here. Let me show you the meat selections that they have there.
Meat selection.
Yes, they have a extraordinary deli.
Okay.
Let's see where we at. I know I saved this motherfucker. I probably erased it, but it is on my Instagram, which you can follow at @randomramblingw_Rob. I know that's convoluted as fuck, but 3R Show was taken by this punk motherfucker.
Yeah, right.
Who goddamn have only 2 pictures on that bitch from years ago, and he don't use the motherfucker for nothing. Now I went to his DM and I tried to daggone message him and tried to get Instagram.
I was gonna say, offer him $100, dude.
Motherfucker, I tried and he don't motherfucking answer me. Son of a bitch.
Sarah, what's the next topic?
Oh, let's see.
There it is. Bacon wrapped jalapeno cornbread stuffed pork tenderloin.
Dude, I saw you post that. I saw you post that, dude.
Like
There's
it just
so
sounded
much to
like there's a
unpack
bunch
there.
of extra shit they couldn't sell and mush it all in together.
That's what it was. Can you read it one more time? What is that?
It is bacon wrapped.
Okay, sounds good so far.
Jalapeno.
Okay, burning now.
I've had bacon wrapped jalapeno individually with a little bit of cream cheese or sausage.
Sure.
Delicious.
Sure.
So bacon wrapped jalapeno, cornbread stuffed pork tenderloin.
Yeah, that's a lot. That right there, that's a morning of hot shits. You're gonna need the
you're gonna need the moon landing for that.
You're gonna need the moon landing and some Charmin 1 month 1 month toilet paper for that, because there's gonna be some blood to soak up too. You know what I mean? If you're shitting out fucking bacon jalapeno, you know, we're talking about some shit here.
Oh, that guy looks interesting. Is that a Florida man?
Man admits ghost did not plant meth in his home, court records show. Just in case you were wondering, this guy thought that ghost.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
it says Louisiana.
Yeah, well,
that's where I'm from. I'm
listen,
sorry.
No offense, Rob, but a lot of these stories come from the South and the Midwest.
Oh,
and
I understand that.
I don't know what the fuck's going on out there.
They mostly come from Florida.
A lot of it's from Florida. But he admits a ghost didn't do it. So thank God for that, because I was concerned that a ghost may have done it.
Yeah, I don't believe in ghosts.
Yeah,
Pretty sure one
anybody
person could
rational.
look at this guy and be like, "Yeah, dude, it's probably you and you forgot."
Yeah, it's probably you. And
I mean, I'm looking at this guy.
Sure.
I mean, he has some features about him that to make me think that like maybe 15 to 20 years ago that he might have been a handsome dude.
That's what I think.
Might have had a lot of ladies that would submit to his will and whatnot.
But it's falling apart.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. He's disheveled.
I wonder if it was the meth that did it.
Yeah, I wonder. But
I wonder.
If
But
the ghost hadn't done it.
Yeah, I wonder how would an individual like this get introduced to meth though.
Right.
You know, that's the things that I look. That's the things that I think about when I look at stuff like this. It's just like,
because if he
where did
combed
it
his
go
hair,
wrong?
yeah, right. If he combed his hair and put him in a suit, he might be a lawyer. You know what I
And
mean?
then, like, I'm looking at his age range. He looks like an older gentleman and everything, but he still has a head full of hair. Which, on the other hand, I am a 37-year-old male, and kind of healthy or whatever, and I have none.
Right.
And I've been losing it since I was 23.
And
so
now you
I don't
gotta
understand
wonder.
this.
And now I gotta wonder if you smoke some meth.
Would
it come back?
You know
what I mean? Because I wonder the same. Look, I might have a mohawk, but don't let it fool you. The front of the hairline is a little bit questionable. You know what I mean? So I understand that.
Mine look like the bat symbol, so that's why I got to keep it shaved. So it go all in different directions and shit.
I don't know. I feel for the man though. I look at him and I say, I see what you're saying. Back in the day, maybe he was really.
Imagine if he wasn't trying to bullshit people. Imagine if the whole time he really thought that it was a ghost, and then one day he was like, "Wait a minute, I don't think that." No, that was me.
Yeah,
I did that.
Yeah.
I did that shit with the meth.
For some reason,
fuck.
every time I smoke meth, I
better
forget.
tell them I was wrong.
Yeah, right, guys. It wasn't the ghosts. It was me.
I mean, that goes to show you he had some kind of moral compass when he was a kid. He had somebody kind of guiding him in the right direction. He haven't abandoned those core values.
Honey, if you ever get caught with your meth here,
yeah,
you fess up.
You fess up.
Have a goddamn sense of morals.
Right, for fuck's sake. It's not ghosts, you piece of shit.
Unless it's a zombie condom.
Unless it's a zombie condom, and then it might be ghosts.
So a zombie's a ghost? You think
No, a zombie's not a ghost.
Okay, so because they can't walk through.
I don't know. I mean,
it's just
I
half
never
living
really
meat.
thought of it that way.
Because I mean,
but
ghosts
I
are dead,
guess,
zombies are dead.
Yeah, they're all dead.
Virus,
One's just meaty and one
No,
isn't.
it's virus-filled meat that's attacking the nervous
Well,
system.
it depends on what type of zombie world you're discussing.
And that's all the same, really. At the end, when it was some of them like coffee.
Well,
or
if it's someone that has a virus and looks dead, then that's not the same thing.
Right. I don't know.
So you got 3 choices, and I'll let you pick.
Okay.
Which zombies would you prefer?
Okay.
The fast ones?
Okay.
The slow ones? Or the ones from the movie Warm Bodies?
Listen, hold on a minute. When you say prefer,
I mean, you had no choice in the matter, but
like if I had to fight them,
give
me the slow shit ones. You know what I mean? The ones that are like see, like in The Walking Dead, I never really understood why they can't get away. I'm like, these fucking things are slow. Yeah, there's a lot of them, but like, just pick up some knives, run real fast. They're not stealthy. You know what I mean? They're slow.
It reminds me more of like The Matrix, the second one, to where he was fighting all the Agent Smiths.
Right.
And he just took the pole. And he was like,
right. And if he can do that, I sure as shit can take out some Walking Dead zombies, for fuck's sake.
But it's not about the zombies anymore. The
Right.
Walking Dead is a euphemism for people in the world that have been transformed by the environment.
But it
and I'm
always
just making
has
up
been.
educational words that I'm not using correctly.
It always has been. The original Night of the Living Dead movie was a metaphor for what was happening to the American landscape. You know what I mean? It was people were just like zombies just going through their day-to-day life. You know what I mean? And that's what it was. And now we're dealing with
motherfuckers with their head in their phones.
Yeah, fuck. It's exactly the same.
Walking out into traffic, getting ran over.
Right. You need laws now that tell people like, hey, make sure you don't look at your phone when you cross the street.
Know what's the most asinine thing that I think of? And I work in security and I've been in the military and all kind of stuff.
Sure.
If they're posted a sign that says "Don't do this," why do you need to question that?
Yeah, right.
Because a motherfucker did the shit that they're telling you not to do.
Right.
And it's a bad thing. So
Right,
I mean,
right. Don't
that's
put
why
your-
the sign is there. So
Right.
why should you question
So
it?
if the sign says, "Do not put your
Don't
tongue in
leave
this,"
shit on this moon.
Yeah, right. You're right. To just follow the goddamn rules. So what's the next topic?
Did we talk about the dolphins getting high?
Nope.
Oh no, I was.
But I'm interested.
So they found that young dolphins will hold a toxic blowfish in their mouth for,
I
like
did hear about
several hours and then pass them on to their friends.
Why?
Wait.
Because they get fucked up on it. They hallucinate.
Do they pass it on the left-hand side?
I think so.
See, they are just like us.
See, well, if dolphins was
terrible.
one of us.
Imagine just being that blowfish and you're just like, God, what is happening to me? And like the
And you
dolphin.
keep puffing up over and over.
Yeah, you're
'cause
puffing
you're
up
all
over and over.
anxiety.
Let me out of here,
Nothing
asshole.
worse than being a blowfish with anxiety.
Yeah.
I mean that's his defense mechanism too, and it's like, yeah, keep doing that shit.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right. Jesus Christ, this gets dolphins high?
Yeah.
Why? I mean, is a
Because
dolphin...
of the poison in the blowfish gets the dolphins a little hallucinating.
Listen, dolphins are the most evil things on Earth.
They're pretty awful.
Even Echo the dolphin?
Fuck the dolphin. Fuck Echo the dolphin. Fuck them all, dude.
They're
rapey,
terrible.
fucking weird, terrible, like little nasty motherfuckers, and there's no law in dolphin life. There's no law. So when they when there's a gang of 75 of them and they all gang rape one fucking dolphin or one person, they just get away with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
now imagine.
Just get away with it.
Imagine you're a
unless
blowfish.
they end up in a tuna can.
Unless that, and you know what, and we're all safer in that regard. But imagine you're a blowfish, and now you're being held hostage as to some sort of drug provider that you don't even want to be.
Oh my god, the dolphins have like an underground blowfish den.
Yeah. And they all sit around.
You pay like a certain fee, and then like the dolphin lets you in through the coral, and then into the back room.
Right, there's
and
like
it's just like really tall algae, so you can't see in there.
Right, and then you get in
and
there.
they're all sucking on blowfish.
And it's just abused blowfish.
Yeah, blowfish trafficking.
They're just beaten, and the blowfish are like, kill me.
They have like lipstick smeared all over them.
Oh my god.
Oh man, you got Mrs. Puff back there, just like, oh man.
Oh wow. Man. The dolphins, they have like a code word to get in that no human can speak. It's like, like what the fuck? And every time a fucking blowfish hears it, they have a fucking panic attack.
And they blow up.
Not again.
Yeah,
and then they blow up. They're like, I wish I could stop.
And then the dolphin comes by and scoop their ass up.
Yeah.
I see you have some anxiety.
For hours, man.
Yeah, right.
Happy ending.
That's a whole afternoon shot.
But dolphins don't care about that. They don't care about their afternoons. They don't have a job to go to. You know, they don't give a fuck about anything. Man, dolphins are like the better version of people.
So think of how good it must be that they're willing to get a spiked beach ball inflated in their face for hours.
Right.
Like that's how good this
That's how
makes
good it
them
is.
feel.
Right,
like
right, right.
They don't give a shit about that.
It's like being Wolverine. You know, they ask him how the claws coming out feels. It's like it hurts every time, but it only hurts for a fucking second. You know what I mean? So if you got a blowfish in the mouth and it puffs up and the spikes hit you for just a second, if everything after that is euphoric, then fuck it, dude.
Because like, I mean, it opens the pores probably. It's just like it gets in it and it's like, oh.
It's like, oh, it hurts. You're like, oh.
That's like that new, I bet it's probably for them like that drug on the new Judge Dredd movie and shit to where like they hit it and it's like all crystal and shit there in slow motion. Like,
and what does a dolphin see on that high, I wonder?
I don't know.
They imagine that they're walking.
Yeah, I was supposed to say they got legs and shit.
They start evolving, getting little feet. Imagine a dolphin with some weird little half foot growing on both sides, and you're like, oh! And then like in another 50 years, it's got sort of a leg to the knee going on. And you're like, dude, we gotta kill these fucking things or they're gonna start walking around on the beach soon.
Yeah, but that's what we did.
Ugh. And look what the hell happened. Has this been good? Is this good for anybody?
No.
I mean, in some aspects, we get the zombie condoms. So
God damn it, Rob! There's a shit on the moon right now. That's what we contributed.
Yeah, I
we
don't see any dolphins doing that.
Yeah, I don't see dolphins doing. Not yet.
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 Would they? Would the laws of physics apply to them the same way in space as it would to human beings? Because I can imagine just dolphins orbiting around the moon. And
Yeah,
shit.
they're like, hey, look at us, you piece of shit humans.
And they blow a blowfish
And they blow a
out.
blowfish up. The blowfish can't
The
take the
blowfish
pressure.
has like a tiny helmet.
They're just like, thank God I'm gonna die. And then it realizes it has a helmet on. It's like, fuck me. I can't get away.
It's like a tiny fish bowl.
They feed it just enough to keep it alive.
Because they're evil.
God, they're evil.
That's how vampires do us.
They're evil.
Farming us.
Look, man, if I have any fucking message for, Japan, it's just keep killing the dolphins. Do us a whole favor, for God's sake. Fuck this.
Drink one of those.
You let me. You do whatever you gotta do.
Seriously.
It's alkaline.
For performance.
I think so.
It is.
It might be. Maybe it's a placebo, but.
Well, they say it's the only one on all the tests they do, like on TV.
Oh really?
Like on like internet when you get the they do the little.
Like versus Avion.
Yeah.
And all that dumb
They
shit.
say it's the best.
You just did.
But other than
I
that,
have noticed.
Stones, can you hear
I
me?
don't know what it is. I have noticed that this.
Yeah, put the
particular
headphones
one,
on. That would
I
help.
always feel better
Dude, we're
like
back.
that. The other ones, I don't.
We're
feel
back, everybody.
shit.
Hey, everybody. We're back. Welcome back to Awesome Talk, Season 11, Episode 4, on April 30th, 2019. Where the hell?
Right here. Dude, will you beatbox today?
I didn't.
Is Alien?
Alien said he would
I got
freestyle a
quick
little
one
bit.
in me.
You got like a little one.
Yep.
Yeah, we could do a little one.
All right, let me double check one more thing. Because we don't have Matt tonight, so we're suffering.
Literally. I got a little something.
How do we carry this on for like another fucking hour and 45 minutes? There's so much to talk about. Yeah, but we had like a hot take. There was like a couple hot takes on there. It was like, you have not been wrong the whole fucking time. You're a very educated woman. You're a very educated woman. And that's a scary thought when you get involved in politics. You want to start activating some shit. And
Yeah, that's why they tried to put me in jail for 3 to 5.
that's right. That's right. That's right. End up on some fucking Angela Davis shit real quick.
And I'm nice, so that's
Yeah, that's the
big,
problem.
yeah.
You're reluctantly polite.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
terrible.
Cool.
That pisses off old people.
Okay, so we're gonna do this, guys. If this is okay with
Old
you
white
guys.
ass people talking nonsense.
If this is okay with you guys, we're gonna do this. And then we're gonna come back. We're gonna talk to Felicia.
All right.
And then she's gonna do a poem, and that's how we're gonna close out the show. Is that cool, you guys?
No doubt.
Do it.
I just figured let's do this now.
How long are you thinking?
DJ Alien has
30
something in him that
seconds.
is trying
So
to
is this like a bumper almost? All right.
All right.
Yeah, just bust a little quick
Alien
verse
has
for
something
y'all.
bursting to be free.
Yeah, sure. I got a verse. for
There's
y'all. I always got a little
emotions. There's
something.
emotions that are screaming to get out.
Kind of thing
Tempo.
again.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll give him a little something.
They got awesome talk.
Every time we get up here, it's some fucking awkward ass shit, and then he posts the shit of you and I talking like, yo, about to say some dumb ass shit. Can you hear this? Yeah, I understand that.
You know, rap
I understand
stuff.
That. Yeah, yeah. But all right, so
Hip-hop
we're gonna
stuff.
we'll drop a little fucking joint real quick, huh? All right,
Yeah,
so.
Check. Yep. Awesome talk. My man Rick, Sarah, Pat, the whole crew. You know, once upon a time it had already begun. The scribe and the muse were fused into one. Had no skill and skill second to none. Pen bars with a quill that was dipped in the sun. Authored many tales, spun yarns out of gibberish. Humorously punching 5 lines of the limerick. Devilishly coy, withdrawn from deliverance. Large albatross symbolized by indifference. The charge that was stored with the pharaohs. Self-inquisition on the flight of the sparrow. Weaponized vines, varied sizes and caliber. Ready to respond to any threat and every challenger. Worn traveler, rear with the dragons. Adorning bullseye as they're circling the wagons. Lock, load, ready, reinforce the levy. Rain dance on them, downpour something heavy like this. Awesome talk. That's how we do it when we get down. My man Rob on the beatbox. Like, every day with the, that's it. Peace, y'all. Thanks for having me. Alien in the building at _alien77 _ on the Instagram.
Dropping that hot shit, man.
You know?
That was very slick, Rickish. Always a pleasure.
Yes.
Rockstar Rob. One day we got to get this guy to perform.
Hey yo, one thing real
Yeah,
quick.
I said that. I was like,
One thing real quick.
Yeah.
Sunday, May 5th, we're playing
Yeah, man.
punk rock. We're gonna play the punk rock flea market in Asbury Park. Suspect 732. You can hit us on Suspect 5 on Bandcamp. We got a new album about to drop. We're currently working on some new shit, so we'll be out there on May 5th. Asbury Park Punk Rock Flea Market will be on around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. June 28th, playing with H2O and Wisdom in Chains at the House of Independence in Asbury Park. Should be a rad ass show, so if you can make it out, trying to have a good time, promote some good shit.
And
Check us out, man.
Remember Astino Fest, a big festival going down in Trenton, brought to you by my homie Nikki Nailbomb. And that's going to be 3 days, May 31st, June 1st, and June 2nd at Champs which is 931 Chambers Street in Trenton, New Jersey. The Trenton Coffee House will be hosting music, and the Mill Hill Saloon and the Mill Hill Basement.
Mill Hill Basement.
Yeah,
Mill Hill
May
Basement.
31st, June 1st, and June 2nd.
Banging
There'll
ass
be
craft
musical acts
beers.
all day. And props to Nikki.
No doubt.
Because she put this together, and it's like the first 3-day, first big festival that I've seen advertised.
Get out to
in a
Trenton,
long time,
man.
So
Trenton
it'll
got
be
a
cool.
good ass
Yeah,
scene.
we need,
and for years, Trenton
y'all,
got
so.
a good scene, whether it's hip hop, whether
Fuck
it's
yeah,
hardcore,
dude.
punk, doesn't matter, man. Mill Hill Basement, off the chain, man. You get some people out there, it's a good time, man. Totally. Championship.
And man, when is that show again? Your show, next week.
This Sunday.
This Sunday.
This Sunday, Asbury Park.
Asbury Park.
28th, Asbury Park. So we're at the
28th.
convention center this Sunday. 28th, we're at the House of Independence. Should be a good ass time, man. Come check us out.
Fuck yeah, dude. Dude, I fucking love you guys,
Can
man.
we do another one because I missed it by the time I got live? You're over.
Take 2.
Felicia, come up and talk to us, man. Stones, you gotta see these microphones, right? 1 and 2, 4 and 5, whatever. You can hear us, right?
Yeah.
Here you go. Let's get you where we're good.
Wait, Felicia had like this whole backstory she was telling me, and
Okay.
I really wanted to talk about it because it was.
Wait,
funny.
come up here and ask.
I'm not going up to the stage.
What's the question then?
I just wanted her to tell the story.
Tell the story. Tell the backstory.
Because I said, I didn't know when she did her TED Talk. I didn't know if it was going to be a story or what. I was expecting her to tell a story, but I didn't know what I was going to see, and I didn't realize it was going to be spoken word until I hit play, and I was blown away by it. And she was telling me the backstory to how that even all fell into place, because she wasn't originally thinking about doing spoken word.
I wasn't thinking about doing spoken word. I'm going to say from the very beginning, I kind of put in for a TEDx Asbury Park because a friend of mine kept stalking me and telling me to put in for storytellers for the Asbury Park Press because she knew I was a writer and a poet. And so I didn't want to do it. So I put in for TEDx, not expecting, for me to get it. So, but I can at least say I put in for something. Well, they kind of called me back for live auditions, right, in like January. But they did it like it's Friday, and they're calling me on like Monday. Right? So I didn't have anything prepared. I didn't know what to, So I was like, okay, my original was talking about me. So of course I could talk about me. So I went and I started talking, and I have a natural cadence to my natural speech. So I'm just talking from metaphors. I'm just talking. My son refused to tape it, and so I had no idea what the hell I said at the end. Right? So at the end, I had no idea what the hell I said. So at the end, they were like, "Oh, you're so great," but this is in January. It was in May. I didn't hear anything, nothing, until freaking April. Like April 1st, there's like, okay, well, you got it. In 2 weeks is live rehearsal. The fuck? I don't know what the hell I said. So we get up there. So now I'm like, oh, the TEDx, you got to have the speech. You have to have the talk. This, right? I'm nervous. I didn't eat all day, right? I'm the last one because I'm supposed to be the ringer. I'm supposed to be like the last one. It's 9 o'clock. My blood sugar's low. I'm shaking like this. It's just, I go up there and talk. It is full of shit, right? Just completely garbage. I'm standing in front of all these people, and it is just terrible. So I went home, right? My son got that one on tape, right? He got that one on tape. I didn't even watch it. Like 2 seconds in, I'm like, I can't watch this. This is terrible, right? So I have a coach, right? And he was like, don't worry about it, because I'm all upset, and I'm like, he's like, don't worry about it. Let's meet. Let's rehearse. We could talk about it. So we go in, and we're sitting in the room, and he's like, well, do what you did before. I said, I have no idea what the fuck I did before. I said, I just talked. He was like, well, I love that metaphor that you said about Tilly. I said, I just talk. I said, it's my natural cadence. So he takes a pen. His name is Tony, right? Takes a pen and starts tapping at the table like a metronome. And I'm like, okay, because usually I said if I'm going to do something truer to myself, so usually if I speak or like a poem or story, it's like circulative, right? I like to start where I end, and so I'm like, okay, so I got how I wanted to do it. I just didn't get what the hell to say. So I started writing, and then like in the middle of the night, like 2:30 in the morning, I pop out of my head and most of it was there, and then I just clinked it up. So then I sit up there and I'm like, they're about to drop me because it's garbage. I'm just this little politician from my town anyway, and they're flying people out from like California. So we go to this rehearsal, and then I have the poem, and they're like, and I'm like, okay, so I guess I'm not getting kicked off now because like my coach is pretty much telling me like if you don't sell it here, like you're gonna X you off because my face didn't even make it to the flyer. So and that's how I kind of did it. I kind of was like, if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do truer to myself. And then you have like 5, 6, 7, 10 minutes really. Like mine was like 2.5, 3 minutes, and I just said my shit and then walked off.
What was the Tilly metaphor?
Tilly is me. I liken myself like Asbury Park. I liken my smile like Tilly's. So that it's me. That big cheesy ass grin that I have is kind of is the same cheesy ass grin that I've had my whole life, just like Tilly's. That's pretty much how it came about.
All right.
All right.
But anything you want to promote before you
let's
start?
say. So, I promote, I kind of do everything, but what I am passionate about right now is an initiative that is called Live, Laugh, and Community. And it's about bringing heart and culture back to global, but starting at home, because charity starts at home and then travels abroad. So we're promoting like kickball games, open mic nights, right? Education, because I always like to drop a little something in the midst of some joy. You hold on to it better, right? When you smile when you get it, right? So just those different initiatives. I have Nan Tech World coming to Asbury Park, National Action Network, that has free Cisco training and accelerated 4-month class and certification, because you got to educate in the midst of everything, right? And a bunch of other things that I don't really like to talk about. That's pretty much it.
All right.
All right.
So we're gonna do the poem.
Oh, I'm doing the poem. Okay. All right. So it's been like 8 months since I
Wait. I'm sorry. Let me just cut you off one more time. I want to thank everybody for being here tonight. Thank you so much for being here tonight. If you like the show, and share it and all that other good shit. I want to thank just everybody who watched tonight, everybody who participated. Thank you to Cy for being here tonight, man. He was a surprise guest this evening. And Rob Marchi, DJ Alien. Love it when you guys are here, man. And follow us on Twitter and Facebook and all other good shit. So,
okay.
Ready?
Okay.
All right.
Okay, my mind just went blank because I forgot it.
Sorry.
I'm known for my smile. It's my trademark, you see. For miles and miles, nothing but gums and teeth. Some see my smile and think I lived a life of ease. But see, I liken myself to Asbury Park. I liken to smile like Tilly's, carved out of hard-fought victories. See, from an early age, I was an anomaly. I didn't quite fit into my family. I knew that they loved me, but the depths of me, they just could not see. See, I felt like a glass vase in a room full of sledgehammers, everybody trying to take a crack at me. And see, the smile of mine brought shame to me. They called me clown, they put me down, they nicknamed me crybaby. It just wasn't anyone else like me. This joy that I had, this world couldn't perceive. It tried to deaden the light in me. See, before the age of 10, I could say me too. The pain and shame almost tore my soul in two, but see, my smile was unwavering, you see. Just like Tilly from my home city. See, I liken myself like Asbury Park. So many... Sorry, I'm emotional. It's been a while. I liken myself like Asbury Park. Born out of hypocrisies with deep-cut grooves that separate me from you. See, anyone who travels down these roads here may see that the road's not smooth, but a well-worth journey. See, nothing in my life ever came with ease. Death and loss hovered over me. See, I lost my dad, my cousin Nad, my uncles, my aunties. Death's hands even reached out and tried to grab hold of me. See, the doctors claim I shouldn't even give him a name. He'll be the end of you and he. But he stands here 16 years, the best part of me, the reason why I continue to stand in integrity even though it seems like the world is trying to test me. See, I liken myself like Asbury Park. So many lost in the streets. I liken myself like Asbury Park, like after Superstorm Sandy's in the rise of the 70s, there is no besting me. See, I was once depressed best, quickly went from fame to infamy, even had a senator after me. They referred to me as the candidate from the impoverished side of the city. They didn't understand that all 1.3 belongs to me. I'm the past, the present, and the future of AP. I was born and formed in a time when they called it Dark City. See, I liken that to me. See, I liken my smile like Tilly's. Anyone who knows the story of Tilly, how he sat high upon a city for nearly a century. Then they literally chiseled him out of adversities and put him up on a wonder bar for the world to see. See, I liken that to me. Now that I stand on a world stage, I give all glory to God and praise. I reach down and pull up my smile. That's my only true accolade. See, I'm known for my smile. It's my trademark, you see. For miles and miles, nothing but gums and teeth. Some see my smile and think I live a life of ease. But see, I liken my smile like Asbury Park. I liken my smile like Tilly's, carved out of hard-fought victories.
Yeah.
Woo! Thank you so much. You are the best, man. You're the best.
I love it. Y'all awesome.
Yeah. And thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for watching tonight. I have to run over there because Matt's not here, and Stones is only doing the best he can. And I'm going to run the outro. That's right. At the end of the show.
Now, Rick's going to dance the jig on the table. I've been waiting for that all night.